So, welcome to Dungeons & Dunderheads. We're a bunch of fucking idiots. We're going to play some D&D, and I'm going to try and not... Anyways.
Physically harm somebody?
Yep. And I feel like that's valid.
I'd prefer that over the emotionally harming me. Please.
Alright, so, last time, the players went down, found Hush, was petrified, went down to the Sleeping One's little settlement, found Bobo had been impaled by quite a bit of lead shards, assisted him in not being impaled anymore, spent the night, took a bit of a rest, found out that Bobo was going to take a little bit longer to recover, partially because his player wasn't there, and also partially because he had legitimate magical lead poisoning. It's just the truth.
Is that like actually how like the physics work? Is it's just you get lead poisoned, but it like sucks the magic out?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Like I just imagined that it was like more of a like the anti-radioactive thing about lead. I didn't realize it was lead poisoning.
No, it's literal lead.
It is literal lead.
It's like when we put the chain around his brother,
Uncle.
Yeah.
it
Runkle.
made it go away, so now it's just inside him.
I really hope
It's going to take a little bit to filter through.
I just wanted like the X-ray like lead vest.
He said grunkle with a G.
Uncle with a B.
Bronkle.
I don't want that.
I want that.
I'm your brother.
I want
your
that
uncle.
the least.
I'm your
I
brother.
think the mutations came from magic happenstance, not incest. Thank you very much.
What you think? You don't know.
You
Yeah,
don't know.
I guess I can't argue with God.
I mean, you can try.
I don't know, you guys were doing just fine a second ago.
Please, God, please don't make me an incest baby.
Anyways,
Oh boy.
you guys, after dealing with Bobo, went out, found out that your ride had ditched you in the Underdark,
Yep, that happened.
and as such, had to go find somebody else to pull you out. There was speak of this fire and ice people. After a little bit more digging around, you found out that was a tiefling and a dragonborn that are part of a group called the Watchers. They had gone through a little bit earlier, like a few days before you guys had been there, and hadn't returned, so you guys went about your business to try and find them instead.
Okay.
You guys found Fire, who wound up to be a tiefling ranger called Moxie, and assisted them in combating against some Myconids who had decided that they went feral.
The Myconids all collectively decided, hey, let's be hooligans.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
They're like a psychic hive mind, and all at once they're like, but crime.
Let's see.
You guys went about and assisted them in fighting them off, and it was a bit of a battle. The Myconids had a spore reaction where you had to make a wisdom save, and on success you took half the damage that you dealt them. On a failure, you took all the damage that you dealt them. In psychic damage.
Not fun.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I almost died from that for myself.
Stop hitting
I
yourself.
almost died from you.
That's fair.
They were literally just like, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Stop
I-
hitting me with
Could
this hitting you.
have. Probably would have been way
Psychic
funnier
damage.
in my...
No!
Yeah. But you guys find yourselves in that cavern. In fact, I will switch over on the map for you guys. Duh. Boom. And boom. So y'all can... Oh, everybody at home can see it as well.
Oh,
Get it on the screen. All right. So, Peyton played Moxie before, but I'll be playing Moxie now because she ain't here.
Oh.
And also, our buddy Jeremy's not here, so Styx, since Bobo's at the village, is going to be played by Andre instead.
Don't worry, Jeremy, I got it. Pog.
Poggers.
Poggers.
It's Pog time.
Today, you're the resident Pog champ.
Hold on, how does my swarm work?
Not even playing that character anymore.
Are ravens a thing?
He's not here to defend himself. Leave him alone.
He's also not here to defend himself.
Love you, Jeremy.
Love you if you watch this episode.
Sure,
Better
hope so.
be. I mean, we could just say stuff, and then if he doesn't watch it, we'll know.
If you don't watch it, we'll make fun of you. If you do watch it, you'll know we made fun of you.
I'll just cut it out.
We'll know if you watched it if you show up next session and slap me in the face. I'm about to fuck this up.
Sits down to play Sticks and Sticks.
Oh no.
I've decided Styx is going to be transgender.
Let's not. Let's not. All right. So you guys find yourself in this old myconid cave. Dak, I believe you were sitting down next to one of these stalks, kind of leaning up against it. And the last thing before we kind of like left off was you had looked up and you saw a bunch of myconid faces coming out of the stalks
Yep, they all
and
looked
out
at
of the
me.
cave, just staring at you.
They all looked at me and I went, went back to my...
The walls have eyes.
I wish I had eyes.
What?
He looks up and Lolex has made it so his face has no eyes.
It's like the scene from Pirates of the Caribbean where the Kraken sucks his face off.
Slept on movie.
What?
Slept on movie is what he said.
That is like one of the most like critically acclaimed films like from Disney.
Slept on.
He stands by what he said.
Nobody talks about it ever. It's like Avatar. The blue people one.
There's the second one coming out, and I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, but all I hear is like, oh, there's a second one coming out.
How
That's neat.
There wasn't a Dances with Wolves 2, so I wonder what they're gonna do for the story.
Rip off Avatar.
I don't know, but like they have a crazy budget, and it's like 10 years later, so I just want to see what they're gonna
I
like
was
do.
just bummed it wasn't Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So the walls have eyes.
Yep, the walls definitely have eyes.
Like actual eyes, like irises and everything, or
So Lolex was there when all the fighting was happening. You know, these myconids, they have like the impressions of faces, but no actual eyeballs. So like they have like divots where eyes should be. They have a like a concave, almost bulbous shape on the front of their face, and like an area where a mouth should be. It's implied,
okay.
but none of those organs actually work.
So like the Voldemort treatment.
But worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
all these faces are right next to me. Like right next to me.
Yes.
I would almost can poke one.
You poke one and it shrinks back into the wall.
I'm gonna poke 5.
All right. They all shrink back into the wall.
This is just like
Whoa.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead man's chest.
Critically unacclaimed movie.
But actually when they're like in the ship. Right? Like that's kind of the vibe.
No. These beings are much more plant than they ever were human. Cool. It is kind of the same thing, but in reverse.
They're going back to more mushroom-like as we poke them in their less mushroom-like features.
What's the plan?
Stop poking the faces. We're missing a dragonborn.
Yeah, what's up?
For real.
We need an actual. We need another body.
What do you mean an actual one?
And we need a whole other body.
What are you trying to say here?
Can you breathe fire?
Yes.
Not like that.
Breathe fire anyway.
Point is we're
Maybe.
extremely ineffective as a group.
Well, hi. Thank you. I appreciate it. First of all, she doesn't breathe fire. She breathes ice.
What?
White Dragonborn.
She's a white dragonborn.
I was talking about me.
I know.
Yeah, we're
Somebody was saying something about breathing fire.
The person we're looking for breathes ice.
Correct.
yes.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Moxie. Thank you very much. Who are you?
The TBDs. Yeah.
To be determined.
Yes.
Still figuring that part out.
Fair enough. That's fine. Not that I'm upset about it, but what brings you all here?
We were looking for you. We want to leave the Stone Goliath village, but we don't know how to, so we were going to find you to hitch a ride.
We got brought down here to find a friend. We found said friend, and the things that brought us down here left. So now we have no way of getting back up.
I thought we were just here to get some like mushrooms for our pizza.
Nope.
I don't think you want to eat those ones. I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay. That's a good point.
You don't look like the kind of person who would do drugs.
I mean, at one point in time.
We're gonna unpack that package later over some drinks. That sounds like a good time.
Oh, she's sober.
If you're vegan, can you still eat a myconid?
No. I feel like it has to do with the sentience. It's you're following the letter of the law, but not the spirit.
But it's a sentient.
No. He's on to something here. Let's see where this goes.
They're no longer sentient, they're dead.
Yeah.
Which is why veganism is stupid.
So
Even
is
better.
it cannibalism or?
Anyways.
Oh, look at those beautiful emotes.
Ah, yeah.
Our little pog champ.
Oh, he is.
Pog.
My little pog champ, my little pog champ. Alright.
I'm gonna have to hire somebody to take that audio clip and make a remix out of it.
Anyways.
We're about to do it poggy style.
Alright, I'm putting end
All right.
that kind of talking. I'm over it.
Please no pun.
We
I wasn't ready.
We're in the middle or on the end of taking a short rest, right?
Correct.
So, Moxie, do you know which direction we need to go to find this hive mind? Because I imagine where they took your friend is to the hive mind.
I don't know where the hive mind is, but I know that we were investigating a portal, a breach. So, really, with the Myconids acting so strangely, because normally we would camp with them. It probably has something to do with that. I believe it's an outside force.
You know what flavor of dimensional nightmare happens to have punched a hole in reality?
Not yet. I'd have to see it.
Okay, you just know that it's there.
Yes.
Well, let's go to it.
I wonder if they ate lead.
No, that
They
was
probably wouldn't be able to do that stuff as
They
well.
don't have a mouth.
Well, I mean, like, didn't you have like that whole like holy symbol that was like kind of like still magical?
I brought that up, and everybody's like, "Yeah, that's not related to this at all. There's no way it could be."
Well, that seems like
And then we
well-trodden
moved on.
ground. I'm gonna skip by that.
I did
So
definitely
we need-
bring that up.
So we need to find a hive mind.
Nah, that sounds made up.
Yeah.
Should we find the portal or the hive mind first?
Well, I would.
I think if we go looking
Well,
for the portal, we'll find
should-
the hive mind.
Can I
No.
shut the fuck up?
Okay.
Friend. Maybe we should look for a friend so we have another person to help.
Oh, I
That
have
sounds
my
good.
friends
Right.
right here.
Yeah.
Do you know where your friend was taken exactly, or they just have been pulled away? And
They've been pulled away. I was previously knocked unconscious here, and I think they were coming back for me. I know that Jeffrey was still fighting when I went down.
Okay.
do we want to? It's your friend, so should we follow the path, or should we go to the portal, or do you think those two are like?
If I had to guess, they'd be.
Let's go then.
So his name's Jeffrey.
Jess.
Her name is Jeffrey.
Okay, I'm
Jeffrey
hearing Jeffrey.
With an H.
Jeffrey.
Jeff.
J-E-H apostrophe R-I.
Jeffrey.
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 I'm sorry. Like this is really throwing me for a loop.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also just call her Jerry if you feel like it.
Okay.
I
I'll
was
do that.
gonna.
That was the longer we were saying the name, the more I'm like that. Probably do Jerry. You know Jerry.
Okay.
It's like when a kid can't pronounce somebody's name, they're like, "That's close enough, kid."
I'm gonna pretty much look to Moxie to lead the way then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Okay.
she said she didn't.
Do we?
know
Can we? Do we
She
take a
knows the
nap?
area better than we do. We took a short rest.
Okay.
Roll your hit dice if you need to, friend.
I believe
I
you
did, but I
did.
didn't get
we-
my packed slots back.
Do we have any maps of the area?
We had a map on how to get here. We don't have a map of the area.
So I only have like half of my spell slots. So I have 2.
Did I use any spell slots, or was I just casting firebolts?
You were doing just firebolts. I cast 1 burning hands with you,
Okay,
but I couldn't punch the hole for it. So
that's fair.
Okay. I think we should.
I wanted to be more conscientious with your resources, so you could waste them all later.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I think we should.
Sorry.
Are you good to go, Moxie?
She's standing up, kind of like brushing herself off. She's like, "Yeah,
I took an hour.
thank you."
I think we should go.
All right. Onward.
Onward.
Come on, she'll start leading the way.
Lead your way, Moxie.
You guys get to this mouth of this cave, and there was a cave in, or really a landslide that you guys experienced on the way in. And she kind of just goes, right.
I can move dirt.
Man, we're really good at like having stuff like cave us in or cave us out.
That was like this when we got here, actually.
Really?
Yeah. And then it turned him into a meteor into the back of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. It'll take me a second, but I think I can get us out.
Okay.
And she's going to just start looking around, looking for openings, and then you see that she starts to she kind of pinpoints one at like the top right corner of this cave and manages to like dig around a little bit and just starts taking stones to reinforce other areas of the stone while she digs other stuff out and manages to get like just a little tunnel. You guys are gonna have to squeeze through, but you can definitely get through.
Okay.
So I'll like backpack first.
Do be squeezing them.
Or are we gonna do like the spelunking like?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
That sounds horrifying.
It's like, oh no, I'm stuck and there's a rat.
Yep. So
Doing that, like doing the spelunking, going through those little holes, nothing sounds more terrifying to me.
I have to move Earth so I can
Yeah.
breathe fully.
I saw this one video on Reddit of this guy who was like spelunking, and he's like, "Oh no, my chest doesn't fit," and then he went through. He just like exhaled his breath and then went through the tunnel. And I was like, "Nope."
I just only think of getting stuck, and it sounds horrifying. Nobody can get me out.
All right. So you guys make your way through. It takes her a few minutes, but as you guys get to the top of this rock pile, she's just starting to look around and just.
Are we lost?
Well, sometimes the Underdark, the tunnels change quite a bit. So I can still sense the direction. It's just going to probably take us a little bit.
Is this like one of those puzzles where it's like, all right, everybody, turn off the lights, and then the bioluminescence will lead the way?
No, I mean, like, there's a lot of activity down here, and the tunnels aren't always stable. So when new tunnels are formed, all old ones normally collapse.
Gotcha.
So you have to kind of pick your way through again.
We follow Moxie.
Yes. Continue to follow Moxie.
I'm just making small chat while we're going through.
They're the only one who even has a slight idea of where we're going and what we're doing.
I can confidently lead us in the maybe right direction.
You can do it confidently.
I can.
Doesn't mean it's proper, but it's confident.
Make
All
it till you
right.
make it, baby, or die.
Can one of you roll me a d4? If Sam can find out what a d4 is.
I just don't. I don't have one.
It's the one that looks like
Here, mine's
Justified.
broken.
Here.
I don't have one.
3.
Screen.
That wasn't supposed to be on the screen. I will not do that in the future.
It's okay. There's still some of Mike's hard lemonade on there.
I can't.
And coffee from the last time somebody spilled coffee.
Oh my god.
Who spilled coffee?
Who's rolling it?
Oh, it's already done. It was
Yeah,
already
it was
3.
3.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Nice.
skating.
I
My bad.
probably killed us. I'm sorry,
I
but
can't
that's
find
okay.
how much spells I'm supposed to know at one time.
it's under
2?
your class.
Oh, wait, how many you're supposed to know? I don't.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know.
So,
off the top of my head.
Second level.
Fourth
Oh.
level.
So you're fourth.
I thought he
So
said
you know,
Nope.
Cantrips known.
so you
Spell
know 4,
slots.
and then 4, and then
You have 6. You have
That's
8 spells
cantrips,
prepared
yeah.
because you're 4th level and you have
Yeah,
a
so
plus
these
4
are
you're
how many
rolling.
spell slots you have, and then
I went to the I went to the spell casting. It doesn't say.
Andre, you know 8 spells.
I know 8 spells.
Yes.
I can take 8 spells at the beginning of every day.
Yes. You can prepare 8 spells.
Thank you.
You know
That's
all of
the
them.
number I was looking for.
yeah, it's based off of your wisdom
Class
modifier?
level and
Yeah.
wisdom modifier.
Okay, cool. It just didn't say anything anywhere on the character sheet, and I couldn't find it in the book.
Okay, so good.
All
So
right.
it's the 4 and then the 4.
All right. So, Moxie will start to pick their way down, and you can say, like, every once in a while, she kind of just lifts her head up, and she's not really staring at anything in particular, but she kind of just, like, scans back and forth until she just, like, decides on a path. You guys are going through a plethora of tunnels, and eventually you get to, well, really before you get there, you can smell it first. It is this, like, decayed, sickly sweet smell. And she kind of just stops at the mouth of this cavern entrance and just goes, I don't know who's here, but I do know that we need to go through.
Thomas. Whoever it is, I'm going to name
Can
him
I
Thomas.
do a nature check to see if I pick up the smell recognizably? I don't know. I'm just trying to.
Sure, if you'd like to.
Get that first one.
Could I-
like shit.
It's going to be a disadvantage.
Could I use
Get that first one.
Eyes of the Grave to see if there's any
That was
undead within
good.
60 feet?
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, same number. 18.
Oh, never mind. It has, if it's not by, I didn't read the part where if it's behind total cover, I don't see it.
It's not total cover. There's
What
an
are you
open
doing
cavern.
before you
Okay.
roll?
I don't know. You watched me do it.
I did.
I will say before you use that ability, Styx has 120 feet of dark vision compared to
Oh,
some of you
they
have
could just
60,
see it. Yeah.
and they don't see anything in particular at the moment.
Okay.
What'd you get?
18.
18 total?
Yeah.
Smells like rot of some kind and fungal.
Smells like rotten fungus. Rot and fungus, not rotten fungus.
That makes 2 of us.
Yes, both.
I was saying that at stack relaying that.
Yeah, that sounds like sliced up mushrooms and then forgot about them and then
It smells like the storeroom.
and just once you let those things get a little too far gone, you don't want to. They last as long as seafood.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
She will kind of look around and goes, I don't normally operate with a party this large. Do you guys have a mode of operation you prefer?
He gets hit first.
Yeah.
We also tried to
Slaps his armor.
Yeah.
I think we also try to like sneak and get information first, or try to, and then just kill everything anyway.
Yeah, that checks out.
We usually fuck up somewhere along the way. And
Yeah.
From what I've heard, they're associated with the domestic terrorist.
But we're still alive. And it's only been 3 days.
All right, there's a lot to unpack here. And if I wasn't looking for my friend, we might do that, but I'm not sure what's going on with them. We'll do this later when we're deciding whether or not to bring you up.
Well, do you have a preference? Do you want to sneak? Do you want to stab? Do you want to like
Sneak and stab.
sneak and stab?
I-
Yeah, that's a good option.
I prefer not stabbing if I don't have to.
So you want to sneak?
sneaking.
I will stab.
Sneak.
Sneak.
You will stab.
All right, we're going left. We're gonna stab.
That's an Andrew slip, not a Moxie slip. All right.
Snap.
All right, sneak time.
And she'll, okay.
Sneak time. Yeah.
We've never failed one of those.
Never ever.
Oh, we've snuck pretty well. We've just missed every time we try to attack.
Guidance. Wait, is that this character? Hold on. Nope, I don't have that character. Inspiration. I could do it anyway.
Sweet. How would you like to inspire me?
Thack?
Yeah.
You got this. Try not to be clinky.
Oils up armor. real
It's a
quick.
group check.
Thack,
Presumably.
Here's some butter.
But all right.
All right,
So-
everybody go and
18.
roll me some stealth checks.
I can't wait.
Is that a D6?
6.
Okay. Oh boy. Man, that's
Is that a D12?
This is a 20.
Okay, just double check.
This is a 20.
Can I
All
see
right,
it?
so that sure.
Eats it.
15.
All right. So okay. 12
12
with
15.
the inspiration dice.
5.
5.
2 plus 3.
Woo!
Great.
18.
18. She got a 16.
Jeremy is the pog champ.
Jeremy is a doobie do.
You riding that pog.
Jabali.
He stopped commenting after I said poggy style.
Good reason.
I don't blame him.
Pog
I'm
Rider.
an active detriment to this channel.
Pog Rider does it poggy style.
Well, luckily, these do not have a super high passive perception. So, as you guys are making your way through, even with the 5, the rest of you pass.
Sail slips.
There's a moment where Sail, you guys are starting to pick your way through, and for those of you that can't see, which I think at this point is only Lolax,
I can see.
you cannot
Oh, okay.
You're the only one.
without dark vision.
So you're being. I'm holding your hand.
Is that true?
I can see with my
Okay, he
special
changed.
I think I have.
Different race.
I think I have the dancing lights cantrip actually.
We're doing
That's so stealthy.
Can you change to a race that has dark vision?
No.
That's okay.
I don't
figured.
think you can
You don't
change the
gain the
race
ability.
without
I
dying
can't do
and
that,
getting
no.
reincarnated into a different race that you cannot pick.
Wait. Does it
It'd
change?
be much easier just to have the dark vision spell.
There's a spell for that.
So you guys start picking your way through, and the further you guys get in, the more you see that this is much like the cave that you were just in, where you had these very tall and almost bowed mushroom caps. These are even larger and almost resemble trees. The stalks themselves have like ridges, and there's like foliage and stuff beneath you. It is oddly warm down here compared to the Underdark, which is normally fairly cold. And you think that might have to do with some of the rotting smell, almost like this area is fermenting. That said, as you walk through, what is everybody's passive perceptions?
19.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, wait.
I took the
Um,
observant feat.
Passive perception.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
16.
13,
11.
11,
Six.
16. She should have pretty good passive. She got a 14.
Marvelous observant.
All right.
I'm gonna bump my charisma by 1, and then I'm gonna use a feat to just round off my wisdom and charisma to higher modifiers.
Sail, you're actually the only one to notice this, and this is part of the reason that your stealth check's a little bit lower, as you are with Lolax, and you notice some movement. In the foliage, there is like these large, almost bulbous shape plants. But the closer you get and the more it's like coming into focus, you realize it's moving like an animal. It's got like the prowling gait of like a jaguar, with its shoulders moving up and down as it walks. And there's a moment where it turns and it almost clocks you guys, and you stop, and that's when Lolax kind of walks into your back and hits your lute, creating a little bit of sound, but very quickly you silence it. You look around, it doesn't seem to have noticed, and as it keeps walking through, I'm going to
6th Street.
pull it up for you guys to see really quick.
I was gonna say like
Okay.
I slipped.
All of us looked up.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
I'll
I'll switch when it's
Yeah.
ready. I'm just showing you the token more than anything.
We also still have the follower on that screen right there.
Well, that'll get dealt with in due time.
Whoa. Blah. Blah. That's definitely a blur. That is definitely a blur.
Looks like that. It's fairly small, and as that animal one passes through, you see another humanoid one that looks more like that.
I like how high its
Passing
mouth
next to
is.
Is this just its head and
Disgusting.
shoulders, or does it have feet
That's
that
just
look
the
like
head and shoulders.
Okay.
It's like the bust of it.
And it's moving like a jaguar?
Not that one.
Okay.
That one's humanoid, so it's
That one's a bit more
Yeah.
humanoid.
I like how its mouth is like right below its eyes.
It kind of looks like the alien from Land of the Lost.
I do not know that movie. So.
Apparently, it's a
Do it
deer.
here.
But you manage to stop them, and you hear that they're kind of now that you've tuned into it, you can hear that the sounds in this clearing, this kind of like swampy type of area, you realize the cadence behind it is definitely speaking.
Hmm.
So there's some further out talking in a language. You're not really quite sure what it is, and then they call back to the one that's nearest you as they kind of like raise their voice and shout back. Now that you've seen them and identified them and presumably pointed them out to your party, you can see they have almost like a grid as they're walking through this area. They're very, very apparently searching for something specific. These are not myconids, though.
Mm-hmm.
They still look like fungal people. They look like plant people, but they're very much different.
Anybody here speak mushroom?
I don't think that's how that works. I think this is a hive mind that speaks hive mind language.
They had to
No, they're
breathe.
talking out loud.
What are they saying?
The myconids had to breathe spores on
You
me
can't
before
understand
I
them.
had telepathy with them. But these guys are speaking.
Do we see like an avenue through them, or is the grid so tight that there's
You can definitely pick and take your time. This is much more of a searching pattern
gotcha?
and less of a like defensive sweep.
Do they look like they would be blind?
Uh,
Are they using
Great
their
question.
heads to look in direction?
let me check the stat block really quick before I give you false information.
No.
Please.
They're very much using their eyes.
Okay.
They're searching.
So.
But it doesn't seem like they need light to do it.
They're in the dark. Out there. You can't see them. They're mushroom people.
And they haven't noticed us?
They don't have good perception.
Well,
It's kind of a miracle.
That they didn't see me. Yeah.
so we're going to look to Moxie and be like,
For those of you that may be listening later, we're doing SWAT hand signals, or at least what we think are SWAT hand signals.
They're not.
Sam was making weird mouth noises. I don't know.
It's the weirdest fish I've
I
ever
think he's
seen.
portraying, like a fish trying to make
Fish out of water, just like you guys down here.
It's like,
Aha.
what are we sniffing out here?
Okay. Forward.
All right.
Slowly. Careful.
You guys are going to take a slower pace?
No, I'm
How about
just gonna
just
go.
carefully?
Yeah, careful.
so yes?
Regular pace.
Why would we go?
We're following Moxie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I will have her roll survival check. She's bullshit, natural 20. What up? That's a total of 24.
Oh
Nice.
shit! What up?
So you see her stop, and this does take you guys quite a while. This clearing isn't that large. It's a little bit larger than that initial cave where you guys met. But she takes her time and very sweeps the ground, looking for anything that may snap or break underfoot. She lets guards go through, presumably guards, or whoever's searching for whatever this is, and continues on. You guys do make it to the other side, though, and continue on through some more tunnels.
All right.
Can somebody roll me one more d4?
1.
Someone other than you. You rolled last time.
I guess the 1's bad.
No.
One.
Oh, yeah. There's a 3 on
no,
top.
it's a 3.
You dingleberry.
Well, look from this side. It's hard to see.
Is
My
that the
bad.
broken
It says
one?
3. It is the broken one.
Oh.
Well, that'll do it.
If it's broken, that's a 3. Lucky number 3.
Ah.
All right.
These are basically calcs up.
Wow.
You guys continue on your way, and after about another half hour, you see that Moxie gets to a fork in the road, as it were, and she chooses the left side after a few moments of consideration. You guys go down, and she kind of like looks over her shoulder, and she goes like, "I'm pretty sure this is where Bafflestone is. So that's actually like a really nice town. That's where like Snurf Neblin are.
Oh,
That's good.
Yeah.
Deep gnomes, Underdark gnomes. They're normally pretty nice.
My D4 is by the cord by your.
And this is the direction we should be going.
I think we're
It's on the way through. I'm guessing we're gonna have to go through the town.
Okay.
We should probably still take it pretty slow, just in case it's no longer. No. Like,
Yes, I agree.
Since it's not a place you want to summer at anymore.
All right, and with that, you guys take your time, and Moxie, when you guys get to this like another cave opening, is actually gonna signal over to Styx, and she goes like, "I think you can see further than I can. Do you mind looking down there and seeing for me?"
Sure. I really hope the Swift Nebulin are there because I've always wanted to try one of their mushroom platters and get the recipe for it.
yes.
But, like, if
I
they're
can.
not
Don't roll
there,
me a perception check.
kind of shit out of luck.
You're very.
Oh, I need a shot. This is the first time I rolled that dice.
Boy, where's the shot glass?
Wait.
Oh, is it the new dice?
I think I'll take the crack.
Or your new old dice?
I'm like, there's the
Understandable.
tequila with the chicken on it, or there's one of my favorite alcohols. I'm sorry.
I can't help my resting bitch face. This is obviously Peyton's.
Oh, are you sure?
I don't know what could have given it away.
So I fucked that up. I'm like, yeah, I can see better than you.
What is it?
What?
Even though it's a natural one, it's a skill check, so it's not an
7.
automatic fail. 7. Okay. So while you get ready to do that, I'll explain what you see. Even with a 7, as you peer down, you do see the shapes of like smaller figures making their way through what is very apparently an old town, though it looks like it has been really ransacked.
Of course it has. Fuck your mushroom platter.
The Nerf Neblin are going around with what are essentially like carts and wheelbarrows and like
Bring out your dad.
no, not that. They are lifting and putting piles of stone into them to kind of clear out the rubble from what were buildings.
I'm just thinking of the underpants gnomes from South Park. And just like sad, like removing rubble from the ransacked
No,
town.
the mushrooms are making a gnome platter.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
Decaying flesh is really nutrient soil.
Maybe that's why it's so warm and fertile.
All right. But beyond that, you can't really see much. Like, you're not even sure if those are really gnomes. They just seem to be shorter figures in the distance.
I think I see some feet. They might not be people, actually. At this point, she could probably see a bit better than I can. I might ask for, like, can you make any, like, out?
There's
any
like
of
little shapes.
there's like some dudes down there.
She peers down there and squinting her eyes. I also rolled a natural 1. So she got a 5. They were all, she's just like, yeah, there are little dudes down there.
I was like,
Looking back,
both
like,
of you can see better than me.
You guys want me to like give you
there's
some
some
light?
guys.
Well, we don't know if they're friendly or not. If you light up here, then we're just going to be a beacon.
Well, I can do it away from us.
You shouldn't light up in a place that, like, this would not be a good place to get greened out.
This is
man.
why I asked. I was gonna say, is this gonna be helpful or is this gonna be bad?
I was just answering your question.
I know. I'm
Well,
replying to Sail
you're
over
talking
here.
about, like,
What?
when you said light up, I thought,
No.
like, we're
Not
going
gonna
live.
smoke down here, Sail. I know that's your cup of tea. If you
No, I thought you meant, like, shooting them with a firebolt. Like we're just
No.
lighting them up.
Oh, I thought you were going for like the
I think
smoke.
Dix would take
Hold on,
that too.
hold on the finger guns.
The smoking was
His
the first.
first idea was like he thought he was going to kill them.
Well,
Yeah.
theoretically, I could obliterate them here, but no.
Okay. That was why I was concerned.
Yeah. I learned the other day that you shouldn't just like kill a whole bunch of civilians because you could get like in trouble for it. So
The other day.
yeah, you know when our friend did it.
Those aren't civilians. They had the Ascendant's cloak on the pile.
There was civilians.
There were many civilians
that died.
There was
I
civilians.
heard a lot about this case.
Damn it, Bobo.
You know,
For all we know.
at some point we're gonna have to come to like terms with the fact that we're friends with a war criminal,
Yep.
or maybe not a war criminal. What's a better way to say? Well, I guess it could be a war on terrorism. War on terrorism criminal.
Okay, hold on. Before we continue.
I think it's called counterterrorism.
What?
So, you know the people who attacked the city like a few days ago?
The doc.
We were sent to go hunt them down.
What? Hold on. The city got attacked?
No, yeah.
So, like, the
I've
train...
been down here a few days.
Okay, the train station got blown up. The airship got... Not the train station. Train rail got blown up. Airship, one of the bridges into the Stone Causeway.
What bridges in the Stone Causeway?
Stone's Causeway is the dock.
What
That we had
what
our
was the
friend blow
bridge that got blown out that prevented us from getting down
Oh.
into the...
Death Chasm?
Yeah, that. So we were sent to go find them, and we sent two of our friends to go find some information about it, and then the Ascendant's powder keg got blown up in the dock, and so the docks are now in far more pieces than they were originally.
Oh, great. I can't go back out that way. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you
We'll
could try.
find a new way. That'll be fine.
So
Go and give me a persuasion check.
I mean, I don't know how you didn't hear the rumble.
sick. So that's gonna be
It's the Underdark. I just assumed it was purple worms.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
rumbles down here pretty often, I think.
it's a 10.
Well, it's fine. She rolled a 4. So she did an insight check, which is a 4, which means like she's just watching you with squinted eyes, and nodding. Okay.
Fiery eyes.
So, the person who survived that happening is back at the Sleeping Giants Inn. He got a bunch of lead poisoning. So,
Hello, God help.
Seeing that he's
Hello.
wanted.
Hey, boys.
Oh, that's my friend Haley.
Hi.
And I think Sabrina and Benjamin are also watching too.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome. Thank you. We appreciate it.
They're probably watching from my house on my couch with my dog.
hi, Luna.
Hi, Luna.
You're the most important viewer.
You
They
think
ate
Luna's
there.
sitting still and watching a
No.
screen.
All right. She's gonna just kind of just okay.
So, we know somebody who
Is a
we haven't.
domestic terrorist with a good heart.
I think Bobo would appreciate it if we stopped telling everybody where he is.
So,
Gonna have to go back that way to pick him up.
yeah.
Sure.
So,
You know, it's kind of a sore spot.
Oh, I would imagine.
so that's why we needed a guide to get us back out after we found the guy.
Okay.
Woo! Hi.
Thank you for the follow.
Hey,
You are a chin.
Okay. Well,
Little wiggle hands.
that's good to know. But that person is not currently with you.
no, he's currently unconscious, probably, right?
He has severe lead poisoning, and he got hit with a lot of shrapnel.
So when he like blew up the dock, like there was some iron or something there, and
It was
then it's like
lead.
shrapnel.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not too worried that you guys blew
You
up
don't
the
care
Stone
about our
Causeway. You need to let me finish my sentence, sweetheart. Not too worried that they blew up the causeway, because the Veil Sisters kind of suck. That said, when we get back up topside, I'm going to quickly leave.
Yeah,
That's fair.
You know, I appreciate how you're setting expectations, so we're not just like, oh, where'd they go?
if you'd like us to like wait like half an hour to leave like the exit, so that way there's a bit of distance between.
Is
us,
this
we
a-
can do that.
Yeah, like you don't want to be like walking in the same direction because that's always awkward.
Whoa.
Thank you for the
Thank
follow,
you for the
Ben.
follow, Ben. Is that a leave and never see us again, though, or is that a
Well, I need to go report to my order what's happening down here in the first place.
Can you leave out like the other parts?
teeth click?
Please?
Presumably not.
Please? With persuasion?
We'll talk about it. Go and roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Why we don't tell random people everything we
Oh my
know
gosh,
when
the
we meet
emote, I
them.
love it.
Nice, thank you.
This is why it's back. We'll shut the fuck up.
11.
11. Just we'll see how the rest of this goes.
Moxie's
Okay.
Also,
alright. So we've discussed that it's possible, it's just how good we perform. It's a matter of leverage, if you will.
if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think that my order will care.
Oh, okay, well that's good.
Their scope is much wider.
Still,
your order again?
watchers.
The Watchers?
The Watchers. If there's
What
a
do they-
hole
what do
in
you watch?
reality,
You-
they make sure to patch it.
You, not you, but Styx, you would be familiar with them.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Well, I
He didn't roll very well.
So do you guys have like cloaks and hoods and just meet in the night, or is it kind of like more above ground?
Well, it's above ground. It's wherever portals exist.
wherever they need to watch.
Wherever portals exist.
Yeah, the Underdark just has a lot.
So it's
This is kind of.
hoods and
I stay down here quite a bit.
Can you teleport then?
I can't, but we have some members who can.
That might come in handy. Anyway, we should probably move on and like go into this town, unless you don't think it's a good idea.
We can go. We just should maybe be a little bit cautious.
Let's take
And not
quiet.
tell everybody everything.
Do you want us to re-roll stealth checks? Or
Sure.
Hello.
oh no.
Would you like to hear of our friend
Oh, no.
Bobo? I can tell you his exact location
And that he is a domestic terrorist,
and when he sleeps.
which is currently
All right, so that's a 16 for me.
16,
dirty 20.
dirty 20.
8.
What's up with you?
I don't know.
Get it together.
Oh.
All right.
Well,
Well,
advantage is a hell of a thing.
uh huh. She rolled a
5 plus
19,
This one
so that
only
is
a
okay. 3 positives, 2 negatives.
5.
So I think we're
See to see.
It's the same number that.
Okay, this dice is not cursed, but I just wasted a 19.
of course. All right, you guys
Yep.
start picking your way down, and you see that Moxie's ears kind of start to like just twitch a little bit as the two of you are walking behind her.
Just walk.
Crunch. Crunch.
I'm walking normally.
Every clack of my armor.
We're at a
Right.
movie theater and they're eating carrots.
But
You know, Thack, sometimes I wish that I could cast invisibility on you.
I do too.
let's roll.
I wish that the first time it worked.
Yeah. Maybe next time.
Luckily enough, when you guys do get closer to the city, you do realize it is Snurf Nebula. They just seem to be cleaning up.
Sayla continues walking normally.
So does that.
Hello!
Well, there are a few that look up and they just like for a second they look a little scared, but then they clock Moxie. And they're just like,
They see,
Hello?
They see us. And the rest of
They speak common too.
Wait, are they speaking common?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hello! Do you need help?
yes. What will it cost?
Mushroom platter. Do
A
you got that?
mushroom platter recipe.
Not sure we're going to be making that anymore after what happened.
Just
Seems
the recipe.
insensitive.
Well, I guess you don't need it then, right?
Well, I mean,
With
That's
persuasion?
I have some.
We can only.
you don't need to roll persuasion. You just see that they're just like, huh, ironic.
I don't
you
know.
can,
Sayla's like, I have rations I can give you.
no, well, unfortunately, we have plenty of mushroom around. I just don't know if you want to eat myconid.
So, like, all the mushrooms are just, like, sentient now?
No, like, we have other mushrooms. I was just saying, like,
That's the problem that's around here is the microbes.
currently along with, like, there were, like, Darrow, Dwargard. They all kind of attacked in mass.
How did you
At the
send
same
them off?
time.
Where did you?
Mike did and
We just went
Doro?
with the stone.
Ah.
Was Mike in it and Doro?
And Darrow and Dwargard.
Ooh,
I don't like
that's not good.
things working together when they're mean.
Especially things that don't usually work
You know,
together.
I only like it when good people work together.
Yeah.
Those bad guys, horrible when they work together.
When bad stuff happens, it's
I've-
bad.
Did you notice anything?
Thank you.
How long ago did this
18
attack happen?
wisdom.
A few days. We're still cleaning up.
A few days. Did you notice anything weird? I mean, not weird, but different down here than normal?
None of them spoke.
Like they stopped speaking a while ago and then attacked you a little bit later.
We don't deal with the Darrow or Dwargard normally. It doesn't confuse us that they would do this in the first place.
So they didn't speak to each other the entire
No.
time?
It was a silent attack.
Did they look different at all? How did their eyes look?
Well, their eyes. And as you're talking to this Snurf Neblin, their eyes are a milky white. All the Snurf Neblin's eyes are milky white.
They
And
also
as you bring this up, it's just like, well, they looked similar to ours.
They might be.
They
possessed
might
by
have been
something
using
or whatever.
They might have been using mushroom telepathy.
it might not have been as easy to see them
Well-
when they were hiding in stone.
Well,
Does that mean
If
we
my-
have to add the?
if
We
we're
hidden the stuff.
Okay, hear me out. I got an idea, and it's just dumb enough to where it might work. If they have a hive mind, why don't we just join it and we can hear what they're going to do?
That's a really dumb idea.
anyways, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Moxie, you were down here due to reports of not just a portal, but the Myconids taking people.
Yeah.
These could have been the people that were taken.
I'd agree. And she'll look over and just like, did you guys lose anybody? And then this Snurf Neblin will nod and just like, yeah. They did wind up taking a few before we could
Have
get
you,
in.
Have you had any contact with the Durgar or anything like
No.
that since this has happened? Because I imagine the same thing that just happened to you might have happened to them before.
Which one are you talking to? The Snurf
The
Neblin?
Snurf Nebula.
No, we do not. We do not deal with them.
When they come into contact, it's to fight.
They normally steal us as it is. So for them to do it, it wasn't surprising. We were just really surprised about
I
Myconids.
I think what just happened to you has probably happened to them already.
Well, what direction did they go?
They'll point. They'll point out the other end of this cavern, and it's just like they went down those tunnels. We don't know
I'll
exactly
look at
where.
Moxie.
Yeah, I was
Is
gonna
that
say I'm
the-
about to look at Moxie and be like,
Did
yeah,
we
that's
go?
the way.
we need to hurry up.
We can double time it if you want.
If they took your how long
Ooh, I
ago
don't-
did they take
ugh.
how long ago did they take Jeffrey?
That
I
was
was-
today, right?
It was. I presume it was today.
This,
Can
if
I-
we don't I'm just saying I mean, you're leading. This is your friend, but this might happen to him.
At the point where we're talking about going double time, I'm just gonna cast like the dancing lights cantrip and just add some light to the atmosphere since it feels relatively safe.
Cool. You light it up, and as you do, for you, this whole town basically blossoms in front of you. And as you're looking at it, everything's kind of smaller in stature, which is a little almost funny to see. But it would be a lot more lighthearted, you would believe, if it weren't a bunch of just sad people trying to clean up their lives. There are a few parents
So it's like
that are kind of like in a mourning. There are a few dead, and you guys actually see that they are kind of trying to lift these like Dwargard and Darrow that are that got killed during the initial scuffle. And Sail, with your passive perception, you do notice that their heads do look a little deformed.
You got? Can I assist with them like trying to move the dead?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna just help them out because I'm feeling pretty bad for the deep gnomes that just got like raided by Myconids.
Yeah.
Sure. You got to help them out, and the Darrow, sorry, the Dwargard are very, very heavy. They're dwarves, so they're pretty stout. But they're also wearing this like black armor. And as you're kind of like helping and lifting, that's when you
Wait.
get closer and you can see them, and you see like you've met doors before.
Yeah. So the armor that's black, does it look like it has any kind of like lead or?
No, it just seems to be lacquered,
Black steel.
lacquered
Okay.
black.
Typical Underdark.
That's good, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not out of the ordinary.
Better than the lead.
Okay.
But
So
you're looking at their head, and you realize there's this like weird bulbous protrusions with like.
Does it look
blue
like the
veins.
bulbous thing that we snuck past earlier?
No.
I want to pop it. I
not-
just want to test a theory.
You're gonna turn off their brain.
Oh God!
They're dead.
All right.
I want to see
Roll
if there's something.
Roll a wisdom saving
I'm
throw.
gonna say I want to see if there's something actually inside there
Zale covers his mouth.
for us to look out for.
You're gonna desecrate a corpse.
Give me
That's
one
what we
You're
do.
a paladin, bro.
I look. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm.
Desecration is it's D&D, man.
It depends on what aligns with what I'm trying to do. If I deem it necessary, then
If the corpse was walking and trying to hit us, it wouldn't be a big deal.
I roll a religion check. And I can see this is what they would have wanted for
I'm
last
not
night.
going to smash its head. I'm just going to take a little and go pop.
I'm gonna go.
That's
Can I?
it.
Oops.
Can I roll insight on his intentions as he's walking up?
Go for it.
Sure.
That's an 8.
I'm 100% doing exactly as I said. I'm just going to pop it and that's it.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
you got an
But
8,
before you do
so
that, I would like to like vacate the premises.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
He walks up, tells you that this is his plan. You back up, and you. How are you doing it specifically?
I'm taking just a dagger and I'm just going to pick his head up and just very subtly that's it.
So you just very lightly tap this dagger to that bulbous section, and just that little tap, it splits like a seam. And as you look inside, you realize there's no skull. There is just this weird brain-like matter, and it starts to wriggle and move, and it is going to attack you.
This is what we wanted.
I was trying to figure it out.
He found something.
Yeah.
It opens up and you see a gnome inside. Weird.
like Men in Black.
Yeah.
The stars are on Orion's belts. Oh my god.
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Back to
The
high
one
line.
thing that I'm great at. 14.
Minus?
-1.
You're really pissing in his cornflakes.
If I'm gonna do that to Andrew, I gotta do it to other
Yes, he
people
does.
too.
Absolutely.
All right, you're going to take 12 points of psychic damage as this thing doesn't actually attack you physically, but it pivots inside the actual, like, the lower half of this cranium, and there's this psionic, like, almost purple electricity goes across the top of it. And as it makes contact with you, you take 12 points of psychic damage. And also,
Oh no.
This one's not good.
Hold on.
This is the not good part about missing the throw.
what's your intelligence?
Oh no, it's not this.
There it is. My intelligence, sir, good sir, is 8.
8. You guys see as Dak opens up the skull, and a nosebleed happens, and he just sways.
Well, I guess my idea of becoming one with the hive mind worked.
I Eldritch Blast the skull.
Everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
Do not bother.
Nat 20.
What?
He
Okay.
doesn't bother.
Nat 20.
Hey, let's waste these 20s.
Dirty 20.
Nice. We're all like, oh.
We all saw Thack going over to poke a brain, and we're like, what?
Maybe if you guys were close by, you could have done something about it first. But
No, we couldn't
All
have.
right, Sayo, what's your total?
Probably would've been
21.
I
better.
made deliberate steps to make sure I knew that was a bad
Maybe
idea.
it would have been better if I just smashed the skull.
Sorry,
The left.
not following you do something
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for the subscription.
We got a pro.
Thank you. Oh my lord.
Brain booger attack.
Yes, that was definitely brain booger.
Lolex,
Yeah,
what's your initiative?
I got a dirty 20.
I just didn't hear you before. That's why.
Yeah, we all got
typing.
20s, except mine was dirty.
6.
20. Not 20.
Natural.
What's the name? Bond. James Bond.
He's
Actually,
a
didn't
21
show it.
actually, because he has a 12 in dexterity.
That's why I was asking. All right, who has a higher dexterity out of the two of you?
Out of us.
No,
the two
these
of
two.
us.
Okay.
We both have a 12.
All right, roll 2d. Roll d6 each.
What is this?
5.
4.
All right. Good to know.
Life's not worth it if you don't take risks, David.
That reminds me of the SpongeBob episode where it's like he's doing extreme stuff and he's like, life is as extreme as you want to make it.
Yep.
Yep.
Is that the Larry the Lobster one?
No, I
No,
think there's
extreme.
yeah.
Should I call? I'm not sure if I should call you a fungus or a vegetable after this.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right.
You're gonna be able to
Sticks,
make your
you were up
mustard
first.
powder, though.
Yep.
Okay.
You watched this purple psionic energy hit Thack, and then he like has a nosebleed and just starts staring off into the middle distance. He's no longer moving. He has dropped his dagger.
Brain blast.
The fucking animation for that.
I'm gonna try to shoot the
My favorite.
the head that just attacked him to probably not do damage, but maybe like push it away from him at the least so it doesn't attack again.
How do you do that?
I'm gonna take a crossbow and shoot it.
All right. I will say
That's not what you said.
crossbow bolts don't push.
They don't push. They go through. Yep.
They go through. So this is just gonna be a regular attack.
I'm just gonna hope the momentum takes it. What do I add to hit if I'm a cleric?
Dex and proficiency.
I think
Dex.
you have a +3.
Okay, cool. So that would be 21.
21. That'll definitely hit.
That's a D8 plus 1.
Yep.
7.
7. All right. You pull out the crossbow, fire, and it just straight into his head, and you just see it as it lets out a keening cry that you guys do not hear out loud, but you hear it in your head.
Yep.
Is it still functioning?
Yeah, it is. In fact, at this point in time, you see it's raising these two little appendages up and out of the skull and starting to lift itself up.
So I think the fuck not.
You start to hear Eminem go, Venom!
18 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, that's a D10. 5.
Pop, pop.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna. How close am I to this physically?
How close would you have liked to have been when he started doing this?
When he went to poke it, I was probably 15 feet away.
All right. Then you're 15 feet away.
I'm gonna move another 10 feet back. Just like
Nope. All right, Lolax, you're 30 feet plus because you really didn't want to be there in the first place.
Yes. I'm going to move another 30 feet back.
Fair enough.
And then I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Cool. Go ahead.
18 to hit.
No, that'll miss. I'm kidding. Fuck.
And that is 9 points of damage.
9 points. All right. Lolax, how do you want to do this?
So, like, I'm going to pull out my magic cane, you know, and then I'm going to, like,
With the crosshairs.
look down sights, and there's going to be, like, an arcane, like, little fire ring, and then I'm just going to zoom in. We're going to and I want it to, like, sail through the air and then go through, like, I guess it has, like, eyes? Yes?
No.
No? Okay, well, then it's just going to, like, go around and, like, engulf it in flame and then just kind of, like, burn it to a jar and then kind of...
Cool. You fire out. It makes impact with this golden fire, and it just goes up in flames. And there's the gray matter of the brain itself starts to like sizzle and shrink in on itself, and almost like a dead spider, the legs come back in and settle back into the cranium, but is no longer moving.
I like how all three of us were immediately like, oh, and bang, bang, bang.
Punch those bullets.
So
out.
anyway, I started blasting.
Is initiative over?
Got throw the bullets at him.
I Elvis blasted again.
Can I walk up to Thack and I'm gonna be like, do you think he'll know if I slap him?
Don't. We need to try other stuff to wake him up first, just to say that we did, and then we can slap.
Okay, we can use smelling salts. I'm gonna pick up like a mycated mushroom off the ground.
Don't give him more mushroom.
Like, it's what the
The head cheese over here made him go catatonic, so we shouldn't get ground cheese to make him more.
Okay, I'll get a healthy looking mushroom that smells bad,
That's fine.
and then I'm gonna like crack it underneath his nose and try to like not touch him.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, can I slap him?
Yeah. Okay. You wind up, backhand, front hand. Nothing.
Nothing.
He's not there.
How much does Thack weigh?
A lot.
I think he weighs over 300 pounds without armor.
Yes, that is correct.
Fucking shit. Do we
I'm
want
probably about 400 right now.
Sticks?
What?
You know, probably stuff about medicine.
Is his brain?
Is he?
I don't know.
Did we lose another friend, or?
We're gonna have to leave this guy here.
I'm pretty sure. But
Can
I can't say anything.
I'll give him a poke and a prod and see if I can figure out what's going on.
You gonna do a medicine check?
Yeah,
Go
can
for
I
it.
help him?
18 plus 6.
18 plus 6.
24.
He's not dead, but he is gone.
He's
Not
there.
dead. He's mostly dead.
No, pretty much. You start like snapping your
Break dead.
fingers around his face. You like the smelling salt again.
I also.
You
Yup.
take out a torch, light it, put it underneath his hand, and he does not move. And you realize, effectively, Zach, you have an intelligence of 0 at
Yep.
the moment.
That's what I thought.
Nice.
So he is just, effectively, he is stunned.
Okay.
I assumed it was going to be 1 or 0.
No thoughts. Head empty.
Right.
Not
So,
possible to recover
just so you
from,
guys
but-
know, a stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, can speak only falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attacks against the creature have advantage. Meaning, Zach, while you're doing all this, is just babbling.
I'm remembering like
And as I see him do this, I'm just like, I'm gonna light his hand on fire.
what's right cartoon
That,
network
like,
show?
maybe that'll snap him out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Chowder's like rah 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 rah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So, you would know that effectively he's going to need a restoration spell of some sort.
Cool. I don't have any of those right now.
That is kind of higher level magic. It's also the same type of thing that you guys would need to release Hush.
We need to
Who
go. We need to leave.
Well, later.
I mean, I can still.
No, I mean,
I
like,
can still move. I just need to be guided.
You can play Moxie now.
Yeah,
Somebody get this special guy a rope.
basically.
or
Or
he
just
can't. Can we'll try to get him to walk. He does.
Should we just leave him
You can
here
drag
to
him.
pick him back up? Can we have him like
He can
babysit?
move and talk falteringly.
Hey,
I mean, I
Like, do you
can't-
want to come along, or do you want to
I
like?
can't. Do you want? Are you asking? a
I'm
player?
asking Sam. Do you want us to leave your character here, or do you want to have an intelligence of 0 that can't do anything?
Leave me here.
Okay.
And come back for me, please.
all right, I'm gonna talk to one of the underdwarves.
Or ask that. I mean, I doubt that they're going to have any magic that can restore me.
Maybe some magic mushrooms.
If I could.
Do you have something to turn brains back on? His is off.
He hands you a book.
They pull up a mushroom. It's like, did you try like snapping this under their nose?
Yeah,
He's achieved maximum dumb.
What about the candle under the hand?
we did that.
No.
We also
He's gonna
smacked
walk.
the fuck out of him.
I didn't.
They
Want to? It's
start
fun.
putting their hand
Oh, I
down.
probably hurt my hand.
No.
Would you take some gold for taking care of a big idiot for a little bit. We'll leave some food here with you.
Actually, can I just disarm Thack so he doesn't have like?
He can't sit on his own axe.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
like
he's smart enough.
like
to
I'll
do
leave the warhammer, but like
anything pointy.
or like maybe I can like wrap the axe
I'm
or
like,
something.
I'm not gonna like the way that works. Like, from my understanding of zero intelligence, like I'm not like I just have to be basically commanded and guided around on what to.
So you're not gonna like
No,
oonga
you are
boonga
essentially
some
a
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
most cases in D&D, if you have an ability score that hits 0, you die outright.
Yeah.
This specifically says that you don't.
Okay.
So you are
Yeah.
literally less of a person than the Myconids.
Sounds like this where's my kids.
So actually, that's too many. You gave me. I won't ask it. All right. Well,
well,
how much can we pay you to watch our friend here?
give you
What
some
kind
food.
of care would he need? We're kind of
Just-
rebuilding at the moment. It's not that I don't want to help.
Just make sure he doesn't
Just keep an eye on him.
swallow his own tongue.
Just watch him, and he can't do anything right now. So just keep an eye on him and try to not let him get carted off.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Lean him up against a wall somewhere.
Yeah.
I would pay what you think is fair and leave some food for him.
We'll also be dealing with some of the people who were coming after your village, so we'll make sure to pay it forward, if you will.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll give him like 10 gold.
They take the 10 gold and they kind of look left, look right, and just, I need to go talk to Vera. And they start to walk off.
Well,
And after a few moments, you'd see that they return with this old, wizened-looking deep gnome that has like long, wispy white hair, kind of in a messy bun. She has a piece of rope, and she's like, "It's not my first time seeing it."
seeing somebody incapacitated like this.
Yeah.
How long does it usually last?
Oh, I mean, after like a couple decades, we just put them out to pasture.
Okay. Part of me wants to like give him a dunce cap because it's like on brand. But
I'm not going to tell you not to.
okay, minor illusion dunce cap for a second.
All right, if anybody's good at art,
There you go.
put it in our Discord.
Beck is gone.
He's gone.
Jack is temporarily,
Incapacitated.
hopefully temporarily.
If we weren't going to go back for Hush, we're not going back for you. That's all I'm saying.
Until Bastion.
Good thing you have that back
It's trauma.
Oh,
That kid's going to explode if I don't come back.
All right.
I mean, I'm still mobile. You can bring me back.
well, we will come back for you when we're not in combat. How about that?
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, I made my bed. I'm going to lie in it. Just please don't forget about me.
Don't you forget about me.
Okay.
Pour one out for Thack.
Just staring at the camera for a minute.
You
Anyways,
guys take your time.
made this encounter
Stack
much harder.
seems like he's going to be taken care of, but you also don't know how well you just met these people.
Yep.
And they apparently can't withstand attack. So it's a matter of hoping that nothing bad happens to Thack while he's here. He does not have the same defense system as they do.
I just want to know. Would that -1 have mattered?
Why would they raid it again? There's nothing here for them to take.
I figured. I just for my own well-being, I need to know.
This feels kind of dangerous.
Oh, wait. Yes, actually. It didn't
Now,
matter.
there's one thing
Sorry.
I'm going to make sure
I thought
that
you meant
doesn't
the
go
-1
missing.
modifier.
I'm going to take Thack's wallet. I'm not gonna put it in its own separate area. I'm not gonna add it to my own inventory. I'm just your purse is not gonna
boy.
get.
Is there anything
snagged.
on Thack that would be really helpful for the
Important.
party to have?
I mean, I can check.
Like visibly apparent.
Like if you have any potions or
I mean, you would have to strip search me.
no, I'm just going for the coin
Um,
pouch so they're not like
Yeah.
all
Nope.
around.
Thak is our orc paladin, and I think we
Half-orc.
have it set to rotate. So, no, we don't on the battle map.
On the other map, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So you'll see Thak's card there, and then eventually it'll rotate, and then you'll see the art that I had commissioned.
I do not.
Far right.
Far right, yeah, and that's Thak. Far right.
Yeah, I do not have anything that would
Far
be
right,
worth
Thak?
grabbing.
No.
All right, all right.
Okay.
So, you guys are pushing on.
Should we maybe like have them escort him to
Can I-
like
Question.
ground
Question
instead?
for the
They're gonna
DM.
have to sneak back through the area.
Question for the DM. That's bad. I'm Moxie right now, and I'm
Yep.
trying not to metagame.
Yeah.
But would Moxie know of anybody in the Underdark or down here that could help Thak?
That could help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would help. No.
No. Like
There
not
are-
even anybody at the Sleeping Giant
No.
area.
They couldn't even help.
I didn't know if there was one that was magically inclined or not.
Not there. She would know that there are dark elf priests and stuff like that a little bit further down.
Mhm.
But that is like a priest of Lolth, and if they were to help, it would be at a heavy price and probably not one
That would
that's monetary.
pay.
They're
And
not that.
They would be the only. They would be the only ones likely.
There are also like their door guard that could do it, and it's going to be the same thing. It's not going to be a monetary price.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
just
be very
talking about
good.
like not just the
Um,
Underdark, but like down here, like below city level in general.
There are no contacts that she would trust.
Well-
there are people back at her order
Okay.
that could do some stuff, but they are stationed in Guildrow proper.
Okay, so basically, if we're gonna do anything for him, gotta get him back up to the
Gonna be
surface.
one of those days.
Gotta-
Yeah.
okay, that's all I wanted to know. I knew there was no like immediate resolution to it. I just
Okay.
wanted to know for my own.
Sahil, do you think we should just turn back? Or do you think we need to pursue this further? Like, I'm going to say this away from Moxie, probably. But, like,
I
Can't get back up.
like we...
Surface-wise, though.
Bobo's in not a great spot right now.
Bobo's out. Thak's out.
Thak's out. Hush is gone and dead, probably.
No, Thak's turned to stone on a dock.
No, that's
Hush.
Hush.
Oh, Thak
Oh,
is dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brain dead.
well, just me being
Like-
played.
I don't want to be like a
Moxie
negative
not.
Nancy or a negative Nelly or a negative... Why is there always... Negative Nate? There we go.
Negative Karen.
Yeah.
No, that
but
doesn't-
like about like 3 out of 6 of us have like been incapacitated. Like maybe it's time to just go to the Guild Pack games.
Now.
All year.
Now.
Oh man.
No endgame
I would
content
agree.
now.
We need Moxie to help us leave. And Moxie doesn't want to leave.
So the only way out is forward.
Yes. I still think we got a shot. But it's getting a little rough. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. We really should make sure Styx is like.
Zach literally just walked over and poked something, and now he's just dead. He's gone. I don't like coming down here.
But I guess then we have to go forward.
If Zach was here, he'd say maybe if you weren't such an asshole to your girlfriend, we wouldn't be stuck down here.
I forgot.
Anywho, Moxie's not here right now for the conversation.
Not ready to attack back.
Okay. Well,
But he can't swim that well, right?
Take his armor off, he might float pretty well.
I guess let's just move forward, and I'm just gonna grab.
Sahil first.
Oh, I have to be first now?
You're so brave.
Moxie's gonna kind of like, are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right.
Lead the way.
All right, I'm leading. Now the turns are tabled.
Underdark is your natural terrain,
Sure.
as well as you know where the portal is,
Sure.
and you can feel that you were pretty close.
Okay.
Oh, audio problem. All better. Okay.
Okay.
Was it the weird popping thing where it sounded like we were getting tased?
Okay. So, what do, Master?
Go ahead and make me a survival check at advantage. Robots. Yep.
Natural 19, so 19 plus stuff. You said survival?
Yep.
23.
23. Easy enough. You start to make your way through, and it takes you guys another about 20 minutes. But, Moxie, you feel that you are on the cusp of this portal. You're very, very close.
We were
And there is a green light that is kind of pervading forward from around the curve of this cave system. It is nice and steady, but sometimes you do see that there are shadows moving past, various sizes. Some are very tall, some are short, some are wide. What would you like to do?
I'm going to kind of do this and then go like that. Kind of like
I sit down.
stealth. Like stealth,
Mhm.
basically.
Our hand signals are so good.
I don't know what you want from me on that one, man. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what you want.
Moxie's using the hand signals of like her nightly training from her order, and
Yes.
we're just a bunch of randos. So,
What did she say?
Sael sits down on the ground. I think she said to sit down.
So I guess stealth and move forward.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're still.
Aha! You were right, sir. Oh.
19.
22.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Maybe not.
The rest of you wake up for this group check. You start making your way forward, and you get to the cusp of this hallway as it opens up into what looks like a alchemy lab.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's scary.
We should see if there's anything that could restore somebody.
Yeah.
The cave network widens to a larger cavern. Sickly green light comes from massive vats of chemicals left on experimentation tables. Across the cavern, the light glows glows dimly, but enough to show the small colony of myconids staring forward to a pedestal where a massive myconid sits at the foot of a bed. A gaunt purple humanoid rests behind them with a bulbous head and tentacles extending from their face that wrap around the sovereign's head.
Yep.
Is there a battle map? I'm aroused.
There's going to be.
Okay.
Jeffrey is standing off to the side with a blank expression, but almost like they are a guard.
Damn it, Jeffrey.
Yep. I mean, I know what this is. Sam knows what this is. Does Moxie know what this is?
Moxie can roll me a nature or survival check at advantage because this is
Natural 20.
natural 20. That is a mind player.
Yep, that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. Yep, that's exactly what I thought it was. And now everything that's happened makes complete sense.
Man, we're really rocking these 20s today. Great uses.
We're really rocking this endgame content right here, right?
Is there any explosive barrels nearby that could make
Quick work of these guys.
No.
So there's an illithid. There's several people. Is this Jeffrey?
No.
Oh.
This is Jeffrey.
Oh.
Okay. Do I?
That is a Darrow that is in a cage.
Are they normal appearing?
I'll go ahead and roll that natural 20 over.
Okay.
They are not in whatever trance this is.
Okay.
So they appear to be normal.
And do I get any kind of weird? Because Moxie's been here before, I'm assuming she's seen the hive mind before. So does he appear different? Does it appear different?
Everybody check
Um,
your plugins for your.
I'm going to turn audio off really quick. All right, we're back on. Okay.
Oh, live.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
So yeah, the because Moxie's been down here before, does anything appear different about the hive mind specifically? I'm guessing the big one is the hive mind.
So that is the sovereign, and you know that they are the hive mind. They lead this colony of myconids. Physically, no, but this illithid, this mind flayer, is behind them, and obviously, with that natural 20, they're obviously controlling.
Okay.
It's almost like they have hijacked this radio signal.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna relay that info to them, and if anybody pipes up and says they do not know what a mind flayer is, I will explain to them what a mind flayer is.
I can go ahead and do that.
So should we light them the fuck up?
I think if we take out the big one,
I don't know. So yeah, so I'm telling them, I was like, we either need to kill the illicit first or the sovereign first, but I'm not really sure. They have my friend. I don't think negotiation's possible.
No.
Well, what do mind flayers care about?
Eating brains?
Doing exactly what they're doing, expanding it.
How do we know that?
I think this one might be independent from other mind flayers. They typically function kind of how the myconids would, but on a grander scale. I think this one they sometimes separate and do their own thing. I think this one is separated and doing its own thing.
Okay, one more time. Who's this person over here in this cage?
That is just a random Darrow that is not in whatever thrall this is. In fact, as you guys are looking out and you're having this whispered conversation, you see the one standing at the foot of this pedestal looking up at this like larger plinth. They are just staring forward, dead. Just,
so they're like not cognizant, but they're in a cage.
the Darrow is cognizant.
So
that is the main difference. She is pacing back and forth. She's looking around. She didn't clock you guys, but
Now all these guys are just.
So, is there anything that mind flayers like? Do they have the ability to see things that are invisible?
also, just so you guys are aware, there are other species scattered in here.
Yeah.
There is, this is what a regular Darrow looks like.
That's awesome looking.
So there's a Darrow thrall. There are more Darrow.
Yeah, they're fun.
So we can try. We have two options.
My question was simple. Do you know if they could see something that's invisible?
See, no. Feel, possibly.
I'm looking over there at that cage.
Would I
see
know
somebody-
that? With my natural, I don't know if you want to continue that or not, but
If Illithid can
Yeah.
see things that are invisible, or
Yeah.
if Myconid can see things that are
illicit.
invisible. Let Andrew look really quick.
Since my check was on was the illicit, so
How do we know that Jerry's brain isn't like the dwarf's brain?
They cannot.
they cannot see. They cannot.
So I'm looking over there at that cage, and that looks like a friend.
Possibly. Are they like in their normal gear or anything? Or are they like stripped down?
It seems like they have armor, but they do not currently have a weapon.
So maybe.
Also, if you guys are going to continue talking at the mouth of this cave, I'm going to have you re-roll checks.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my hand signals to go.
Yeah, so we'll
Back a
move
bit.
back a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, move back
Well,
60 feet.
these are like parts, right?
Those are
Alchemy
those look
tables?
like experimentation tables. They are alchemist tables.
So
provide cover. Looks like almost. Oh,
What-
I can't see the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
So for this.
So this illicit is probably using the myconids to bring other people here to create its own other illithids, is my guess.
Yeah,
To light them up.
Well,
I think right now our question is, how do we want to do this? Because there's
a lot of them.
there's a mind player. We don't have Thack, who is our meat shield, in some regards. And like there's a person in a cage that could maybe help us out.
No.
But like this just seemed like a giant bad idea to me.
That's why I'm saying we can try and talk to them, but I don't know if that's even going to be possible.
I think that's in the
I don't-
cards.
It seems like that Illithid is just interested in having mind slaves
True.
as opposed to
And not creating more
Is there
illicit.
any creative way that we can maybe get that person out of the room that we need? Get the fuck out?
We would have to stealthily get them out of that cage
I mean-
and stealth back.
So when I looked at that person, did it look like he was not brain dead? And did it look like he was
pacing
on-
or-
He is fine.
Was
He
he
is
looking
normal.
nervous, or
Hold
was
on. Just for clarification, are you talking about the person in the cage?
he the
Mhm.
person that we care about, Jerry?
Jethro.
Jerry
Yes.
is no, they don't look brain dead like Thack. They just don't look coherent at the moment.
Jerry.
Their body is still holding like a warrior stance. They have their hand on the pommel of a sword, which, by the way, Moxie, they don't normally carry a sword.
Jerry.
Jerry doesn't normally carry a sword.
Okay.
And they are standing at like a rigid attention, less than they are just.
So
Jerry's
he's
so
basically under.
I think they're being
likely.
controlled. I don't think they are beyond saving yet.
Jerry would try to attack us
Yes.
if we try to get just
My
that.
thought process, and I'm just going to say it, even though I know it won't work, was maybe I could sneak in there with invisibility and then recast invisibility upon me. And
So the person in the cage is a separate person we don't even know.
I know that
Jerry's
right
not
there.
coming with us.
What we have
But-
to do 100% is we have to take out the illicit.
if we're gonna try to get Jerry.
If anything is possible, that's like they have to be killed. The illicit has to be killed.
So what about the alchemist supplies over there? Maybe there's something there that can help us. 'Cause,
Yeah.
there's no way we can do
Are
this by
any of us
ourselves.
alchemists?
No.
You probably know a little bit more than me, so
I know how to
you've spent more time with Uncle V than any of us.
Yeah.
Is anybody here proficient in alchemist tools?
Probably, unless Moxie is, and I'm trying to read stuff,
I
but
don't believe so.
I don't know really anything about this character yet.
So I think if we tried to focus fire just the illithid and cut the head off, so to say, as much damage as quickly as possible from reasonably far away.
We can, that's the only thing that I think that we can do is just try to nuke the illicit. Honestly, I honestly just I cannot think of anything else we can do.
I mean, it's either that or
Well-
not go forward.
I don't think we can sneak that person out of the cage unnoticed. I really don't.
And
So-
we can't get Jeffrey.
You know what we're going to do? You guys continue talking about this while we take a break.
Okay.
So we'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes. That sound good for everybody?
Mhm.
All right, so expect us back around 8 o'clock.
BP real quick and we can continue this conversation.
Over.
Everybody on?
Hello.
Yep.
Welcome back. They have spent the time strategizing and talking and trying to figure out what you're going to do. Who wants to tell me what you're doing first?
I think we are going to sneak up and count on the surprise roll to surprise round to kick that Illicit's ass. Also, I can't look up whatever Hellish Rebuke is.
I'm gonna fire on the Illithid with a surprise round.
All right. What's your marching order?
Back.
I imagine I'll go first.
So it's going to be one guy in front and 3 people arguing for the back.
Yeah, I
I'll
can't.
go second.
I can't look up Hellish Rebuke.
I've been hit today, but
Does that look okay to you guys? Would you like to be angled more? Like, yeah.
No, it looks good to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Etc.
so I don't know if we've gone over this. Is somebody aware when I use hex on them? It does not say that they are.
I would say people who are, like, they understand magic, that type of thing, they're very, very in tune with magic, might.
Okay.
Like, they can definitely say that, like, an effect has happened,
Okay.
but whether they know exactly what that effect is and what it does, that kind of
feeling
type
good
of thing,
about this
may
now.
depend on their familiarity with that spell in particular.
I'm feeling good about
So
this.
hex or surprise round, you get
Just went
an
over
action,
spells and stuff.
not a bonus action.
I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a turn, because you guys, like,
Yeah.
So you'll get, like, action, movement, bonus action if you want, that type of stuff, because this is you're literally sitting there trying to strategize and figure out exactly what you want to do.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, I am trying to get wherever I have the best line of sight without being seen or heard on that thing. And then are we just fucking sending it right away?
How far away is from the mouth of the cave or those tables with the alchemy stuff?
it is.
30, 40 feet.
So we'll go from, like, here, 30 feet.
Perfect. Would I know anything that's on the table?
On your turn, I will give you a free perception check to see if you can determine anything. I'm rolling initiative on my side. You guys go ahead and roll your initiative, stuff like that.
Where's
I will ask you all this again later in a moment.
there?
Are you giving them all?
Yes.
Wow.
Efficiency.
But they're a hive mind, so they're likely going to do the same thing.
Where would
Yeah,
I have a
but I
bonus
was like,
initiative? Where would
are we
that be?
gonna have to go through like
And then
16
initiative
turns?
box.
They're all
Oh,
going to be
back
like, this one moves 10
Ooh.
feet this way, this one moves 10 feet this way, this one moves 10 feet this way.
Spicy. Very spicy.
What?
Initiative roll.
Got a good +2 initiative.
Speaking of, Moxie.
23.
Okay, tres. Olax? 9. So you?
13.
6.
12.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, your name's wrong there. Good.
This is a DPS check. How quickly can we fuck up the mind flare?
There we go. And let's get a little bit of music going.
What did they play? The band on the Titanic.
Take me home, country roads.
Right to it. Play the Rambo version where it's all like serious and stuff.
All right. So, Moxie, it's your turn.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm getting to the best possible line of sight spot and shooting at that Ish.
B. Are you gonna? Hunter's mark.
No, I want to do something else,
Okay.
and then I will do that.
I'm looking from the mouth of the cave. So the Sovereign is sitting down. The Mind Flayer is literally sitting on top of the bed,
Yeah.
which means that like his upper torso is still kind of like exposed. So if you were to move like here, that'd get you a little closer and a little bit better angle. Okay. That, or you can move back and try and get a more arcing shot.
I don't know. I never played a ranger. I do not know what the best thing for me to do here
That's
is.
fine. It's literally, I was just wondering, like, where do you want to position Moxie as far as, because mechanically, there's no difference.
If mechanically there's no difference, I'd rather be back.
All right, you got it.
I'd like safest / best spot to shoot.
All right,
All right.
you move in, go ahead and shoot.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to do the whatever the Planner Warrior thing is.
Okay.
Yeah, so do that, which will convert all the damage into force damage, and they will take an extra 1d8 of force damage from the attack.
All right, sounds good. Fire away.
That is going to be a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits. Just maybe.
Go sneaking.
You are at
Yeah.
advantage.
Okay.
Surprise round.
So that's a d8. It's the d8. Yes, this is the d8. Yeah. 6 plus another d8. So that's better. So 13. That's all force damage.
13 force.
Yep.
You fire, it arcs over the Sovereign's head and lands, like, basically at the throat of where this Illithid would be. And it pierces through, and you guys all hear this psionic cry. As this happens, the rest of the Myconids and the Darrow all start to cower and then stand up, and they're starting to turn around. You still have a surprise round, but they've now noticed you.
Okay. I can't do anything else. So
All right. Sail.
X.
Cool.
Percept or wisdom checks
Okay.
and Eldritch Blast.
You got it.
No advantage, I assume.
Advantage.
Okay.
Like I said, surprise round is still happening. This is all happening at the same time.
Got an 18 plus stuff.
That'll hit.
So that's going to be a D10 and a D6.
Oh wait, hold on. How much damage did you do, Zach?
that
13.
not Zach. 13.
Oh yeah, sorry.
13.
Trying to see. They roll for every time they get hit.
Is concentration a constitution check?
Also,
Or is it a con save? It's a save.
It's a con saving throw, but during that psionic scream, they rolled very low. During that psionic scream, you guys see as Jerry's eyes clear. And she looks around and just draws the sword.
yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to. If that broke, I wanted to yell something.
Good.
Cut the tentacle bitch down.
What else was I going to do as they start to move forward?
Why did I think of that?
Yeah.
7 force.
7 force.
Fucking kill it. Kill it.
Or we could.
You can run.
No.
Jeffrey did not get a surprise round because they were kind of taking over at the beginning of this.
They were surprised.
6.
Wow, they rolled low. Oh wait, no, surprise round still. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to where I think everybody's headed to. As soon as we have eye of sight
There's
on
no
him.
limit on this.
So like there.
Something I should know but don't. Does channel divinity interrupt concentration?
Your concentration?
Yes. If I were to do channel divinity,
No, it's
channel
a
divinity.
feature, not a spell.
Sweet. I'm gonna put a spiritual weapon between us.
Let me see.
Probably between these two rocks if they're gonna head that way.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure. What's your spiritual weapon look like?
It looks like skeletal bones coming out of the ground as if it was graves.
Oh, that was this.
Like mixed match arm bones that are like shattered to shards, or like full arms that are grabbing or clawing.
Sure. I don't have skeleton hands, so you're just gonna get a full skeleton.
Okay.
So
Party guy.
there you go. As you cast it, you hear Kellenvor. I will assist you with one of the down. And as you cast this out, large skeletal figure kind of stands there, ready to swing.
Sweet. Honor doesn't know who that is, but thanks for the skeleton.
Kellenvor's your god at sticks.
Yeah. Not my body, not my god.
Anything else you want to do? I think you can swing
But you
when you
can
come
also
in.
Yes, I can.
Hunter's mark.
It's
Use one bonus action. Just next turn, you'll
I think
use-
it's. Sorry, let me look at it.
Yeah, that's what I thought though.
Spiritual weapon is.
I just used it because first because I thought
It doesn't say what I roll for it.
Yeah, I'm used to that kind of
It's
buff
spell
being
attack,
one
so
of
it's going to be a
those
d20
things
plus your spell attack.
Go hand.
Okay.
it's definitely
for
not,
you,
which
I
is
think
Six.
that's-
dope.
25.
One creature.
Which one are you swinging at? Big guy or little guy?
The bigger one.
The bigger one?
Yeah.
Alright, that'll definitely hit. Obviously, that would hit a Taras.
And
Keep that in
then.
mind.
Yeah.
You have advantage.
how much-
because you're still surprising them. So see if you get that natural 20.
It's not a 20.
You didn't roll it.
It was a 19 to a 4. It's still not a 20.
Alright.
Do you know what damage dice?
I believe it is 1d8 plus attack modifier.
It's like
So
this.
1d8 plus
She has so much information, but none of the information I need.
That's clear.
What are you using?
spiritual weapon.
Oh yeah.
It's 1d4 plus my
1d8
1d8
plus your spell.
Okay. Ooh. That's 9.
9?
Yeah.
9 points of damage? That's still a good chunk.
Mm-hmm.
You see as this skeleton figure erupts from the ground, brings both their hands together, and just comes down on the top of this Myconid's head, battering it down.
Myconid or Mind Flayer?
Myconid.
I put it between me and the mobs, so we have a little bit of cover to
Okay.
get eyesight on him.
Okay.
Because I figured you two were probably still going to go for the big bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just doing some crowd control.
That's your bonus action. Is anything you'd like to do for your action?
You can cast a cantrip.
Oh,
range.
spiritual weapon's only a...
Bonus action.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll shoot an arrow at the tentacle guy.
All right, let's go.
19 plus... I think it was my wisdom?
For a crossbow, is going to be
Dex.
plus 3.
Plus 3.
Plus 3, okay. So 21. 22.
It'll definitely hit.
Yeah.
And then it's a dude.
We're all super worried about how this combat's gonna go.
I mean, we were.
I didn't say that. 3.
Stressful, dude.
All
Yeah.
right,
I'm gonna get him in a tentacle.
We got to nuke somebody.
you got it.
But there's only one body we got to nuke.
Loax.
It's not a new
So I'm
story.
gonna perception and see what's on the alchemist table. That's an F1.
Stuff.
There's some weird glowy stuff that has some other weird brown black stuff swimming through it.
Okay, follow-up question. So I want to use like my meta magic to do heightened spell, and change something from an action to a bonus action. But I'd like to use Mage Hand, pick up whatever's on there, and just huck it at the Illithid guy or Mind Flayer. And then I also want to cast Firebolt. Can I do that?
So heightened spell does what exactly? I don't have everything memorized.
Yeah.
Twin,
So
he's thinking twin spell. Turns one spell
No.
that's an
No.
action to
No.
a bonus action.
that's not how that works.
Twin spell.
Heightened
That's a
spell is
single
the-
target.
spell makes
double
the-
target.
Twin
Okay.
spell is how I do the invisibility on multiple people. So it reads: when you cast a spell that forces a creature to make a saving throw, you can spend 3. Oh wait, I did quicken spell, which is when you cast a spell that has a casting time of 1 action, you can spend 2 sorcery points to make that a bonus action instead. But I know that there's rules on casting 2 spells in 1 turn.
Correct. So that is exactly how you normally do it.
Yeah.
So If you'd like to, you can. I will say that Mage Hand is not a damaging cantrip, and you can only hold it to 10 pounds. So you'd be basically banking on whatever is in here being corrosive to do damage.
So I could also cast Firebolt.
You can. You
Yes.
can do both.
I want to do both.
That's fine.
Okay. What checks do you need for throwing? And then
There'll be a spell attack at disadvantage
disadvantage.
because you're using a spell in a way that it's not supposed to be used,
You're trying to throw it 60 feet.
So
which is a lot. That's the max range of like most thrown weapons.
But it's small. It's so tiny, and the mage hand's so strong.
okay. That'll be a total of 10 for the mage hand.
That'll miss.
Okay. And then Firebolt. Just jeez.
You have advantage to hit.
That's 8.
You have advantage.
Oh, I have advantage on that?
Yep.
Yeah. That's still an 8.
All right. So you.
Wowzers.
I'm presuming you run forward.
No.
From where you're at, you wouldn't
Be able to see him.
You're
quite be
here.
able to see.
But I supplied some cover over here. Just a little bit.
Wait, so this is
How far
like
does Mage Hand go?
30 feet.
The big guy is not the illicit.
That's why I asked about how far it was, and you said it was 30 feet earlier.
You said from the mouth of the cave,
Yeah.
which is here.
I thought we were all at the mouse of the cave.
Duration.
I asked you guys where you wanted to be.
Okay, we'll move there.
That's,
then we'll do
That's
that.
the reason I was asking if you wanted to move. Sorry.
So everything misses, and then I end my turn.
Cool.
When I listen
Oh, lay
to
the
the stream
one card
on 2
face down
times
and
speed,
my
the
turn.
battle music sounds ridiculous.
All right.
All right, we are back to the top of the initiative order with Moxie.
Hunter's Mark, the illicit.
Dude, he has so many little tokens on him.
I know. I was gonna say, put another one. All right. Shoot.
More! I plan on putting more.
Roll 20.
Let's go.
That's double the dice.
Right, so that is going to be...
Okay. So
You roll
2d8,
So-
2d6.
so I roll 2d8.
48, 2d6.
48.
But the force is bonus action too.
No, I can't use that.
Oh, you
That-
can't do it
I
at the same
did.
time.
Well, because I used a bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark.
Cool.
So I don't have
I
another
thought it
bonus
was a
action.
system thing.
No, it's I can do it every turn,
But it costs you a bonus action.
but it costs me a bonus action. Yeah.
Cool.
So I should have done Hunter's Mark first. I thought it was a one-time use.
So, still, 2d8,
So-
2d6. My apologies, I'm not...
4, 9,
dare.
Damn close.
13, 17.
17 points of damage.
No.
You guys are lighting this dude up.
That's the goal.
Yep.
You walk in, fire one arrow, hits him basically in the throat. The second arrow hits him in the cheek.
If only you could feel, you son of a bitch.
But still trying to maintain control over the Myconid directly.
They're marking it?
The Sovereign in front of him.
Does he have
That's-
to make it?
No, you
No.
already lost that one.
Oh, I thought he had another
Nope.
concentration. Never mind.
This thing he's doing is not concentration.
Got it. Cool.
It was just the particularly strong guy that needed concentration.
Well, I'm glad the particularly strong guy is no longer concentrated on.
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like to move?
If I move behind the table, will I still have line of sight?
Yep,
of
and
him?
you will get covered.
Okay, doing that.
Right about there.
Yep.
It's a beard hair. I don't have a beard anymore.
Well, I imagine there's only a couple culprits of that.
It was mine.
Oh.
Luckily, I could tell it was mine.
Oh, okay.
Short.
I thought you were saying one like
Calico.
grafted over to you or something.
No.
But that will
Would
be
you
my
like to
turn,
borrow one
sir.
of mine?
All right, you got it.
Everyone-
You guys see this Darrow turn around, and they have like these tribal garbs on, and they have what is a atlas. Atlas is basically a spear that is attached to a retracting device.
Cool.
So
Mine.
Would you
Yes.
say it's like a yo-yo?
it is a stabby yo-yo.
No. That's super dope.
They are
You
going to
if he was
run
in a,
up.
if he was in a place where he could hang it off low enough, he could use it like a real yo-yo too.
You think they have a yo-yo master in the Darrow City?
Hog.
Speaking of Pog, they're going to throw this Atlas at Sticks.
Fantastic.
That's definitely Pog right
Or
there.
if you can use your reaction to like hold on to it as they pull it back.
I'm coming for you, bitch.
All right. And then as a bonus action, they're going to retract and throw again.
Okay.
Whoa.
And that's going to be dirty 20 to hit.
It's
This if you roll above a certain amount, it doesn't hit me. I'm suspicious.
You swung so hard you hurt yourself.
That'll be a total of 8 damage.
oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
They are just regular dudes.
Yep, they run up and they throw the spear twice, bring it back, and that is going to be the end of their turn. That'll bring to the making an adult, who is going to, seeing Moxie
Yeah.
deal a ton of damage. They're going to run, dash, and that is going to be their turn. That's as far as they can get.
They're trying to get to Moxie in the back.
Yeah. Get away from me.
They're going to get. This guard is going to go there, and they're going to do the same maneuver against Lolax. So that's going to be dirty 20 to hit, and bonus action, that'll miss. So that'll be rolled much higher this time. 7 points of piercing damage. As they run up and throw this Atlas, they pull back, they throw again, but you manage to just step out of the way in time now that you've seen the maneuver.
Well, the Mind Flayer did not roll well on this shit.
No, they're going before me. Shit.
Smite an adult is going to walk forward.
He do be big chilling though. Guy in the cage casts a large on himself. Breaks out.
They're Darrow, not a door guard.
I can
Yeah,
try.
unfortunately, they don't have a ton of range. So that's their 30 feet, and they have to literally dash to get right there. That's going to be the end of their turn.
Why am I being
Huge.
swarmed? Dude,
You're the most visible.
dang.
To be
I was like, I'm supplying cover, and you guys were like, neat.
you
Right
are
here.
the most tanky guy around right now.
No. I'm not.
You're a cleric. You got stuff.
It's Mike and Sprout.
I don't know how
up
Jeremy built
and
this
with their little
character.
baby fist. And does no damage. It just rails into the side of Lolax, but doesn't do anything. As you kind of just look at it and back it with your staff.
That
You doing, boy?
They can move past your guy because he's just a projection.
And spiritual weapon does not get an opportunity of attack,
Not
does
without
it?
Vortex.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Sprout's gonna get down there.
Oh boy.
This Mike and adult is actually going to move back to here, and they're gonna hold their action. Then the Arcanist.
What?
Arcanist. You see, they reach their hand out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Just double checking something really quick. They reach their hand out and they're going to cast Shocking Grasp through the myconid adult on Sticks. So they raise their hand up and then you see almost puppeted. This myconid adult raises their hand out and jabs forward with their hand made of lightning. Natural 1. Oh, miss. And
Yo!
that's going to be their turn. Sayil.
I'm gonna light him up.
Blast that bitch.
17 plus stuff.
Against the Arcanist?
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Okay.
So,
Ooh.
would you have told us much about the mind players when we were back in the tunnel?
I told you everything I knew about him.
Did you mention any like vulnerabilities that they have?
I don't But they're not particularly strong or anything like that.
So like thunder damage wouldn't be like a weakness or anything like that.
If I get my channel divinity off, I can curse him, make him
13 points of
everything,
force damage. Hot damn.
strong against him.
Means you run up power chord on your guitar.
This makes him
And
vulnerable to
They
all
literally
damage.
they have cover, and you guys just
Until then, my
cover
next turn.
every
If I can
time.
X him, I just need to get within
Bitch.
30 feet
We
and get the guys off.
would like to not die. But we're doing our best.
Not my character.
That's fair. Right now, me and Andre are kind of just like
Only 3. Okay.
neither of ours can get back. if
How
we
many
don't
of
go
Jeremy's characters can I kill?
You could get up to 2 tonight if you play your cards right.
All right, they'll bring to this Darrow's turn, who's going to, because they haven't realized that Jeffrey is hostile. They're going to move forward instead.
Ah, bitch.
Yes.
Jerry's just standing there going like like a sword drawn.
Like, oh, he's gonna do something that eventually. Oh yeah, he's gonna give him what for.
All right, this Darrow is going to run around the rocks and get up on Lolex's flank and pull out a light crossbow and fire.
Great.
Water in my ear.
All right, that's going to be 14 plus 4, so it's going to be 18 to hit.
Oh, okay, 18 to hit. I thought you were doing damage.
No.
I was like, really? Okay, yeah, he has an AC of 15, so. Okay, is that plus 4 or is that
Plus 5.
Plus 5? Okay, then I'll burn it. Why not?
Third shield. All right, you put your shield up. Golden scales come out and deflect this bolt, and
I think your AC is 20 until the start of your next turn.
it is.
Yeah.
Bird up.
That'll bring to Jeffrey, who is going to pull their sword out and just scream at the top of their lungs and charge forward at his fucking arcans.
Sounds like a lizard screaming.
Oh, it's like Komodo dragon hiss.
Those things are terrifying.
They are fucking terrifying. I've seen one hiss in person.
What's up?
I was just thinking, can I use multiple meta magics at the same time if I have the sorcery points for it?
I don't believe you can unless it specifies in the meta magic.
Doesn't say from what I can see, but
I feel like I've seen somebody do it, but I have no clue.
It just says you gain the ability to twist spells.
I vaguely remember that there's something like only specific meta magics you can combo.
It's on page
Probably
101.
worth a Google.
Yeah.
Give it a Google. It's worth a Google. Whoa, that's a lot of dice rolls over there, buddy. Oh, I like it.
All right, you see, Jeffrey takes out this sword and it crackles with purple energy as she drives forward and drives it right up underneath the illicit's tentacles and just chops them off. She rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
That's why I was like, you're rolling a lot of dice over there, bud.
Twice as much as he was supposed to.
So she dealt a considerable amount of damage, and she's a level 6, so she will attack again.
Nice.
That'll hit. And you guys see as she chops these tentacles off and swings back around and
Ah,
head off.
nice.
And at that moment, actually at the moment where the tentacles came off, you see the Sovereign slump forward and just go limp. And just
TPK.
as
Basically.
the other Myconids and Thralls stop moving.
Yes!
I'm gonna
And seem confused.
go open the cage of the other dude.
Before we do that, we need to know what he does.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Potentially, we could all die. 1.5 rounds later.
Yeah.
There's only one person we need to kill. The issue is whether or not we could hit that person.
We definitely did. Okay.
I only have like 2 damaging options.
Moxie's, I guess, gonna look around and then walk up to Jeffrey.
It took Stranger Things kids like a whole season to do that.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. You walk up to Jeffrey, whatever you want to call it at this point.
I'm committed to calling him Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Jay.
Agent J. You walk up to them. They are just huffing. They're panting. And they just look terrified.
Can I detect and see if the portal's still around?
It certainly is.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Jeffrey if they are all right.
I believe I will be soon.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you very much. I believe the
Thank them.
promotion is probably in order.
Thank them first.
Who are your friends? Hello?
Hello! We needed a guide to get back to the surface from the Sleeping Ones village. So we came to help you, and we saved her. And then we came and got you.
And one of their friends is
A vegetable.
I would know what happened to him based on the fact I saw this was a mind flare, would I?
Yeah, you put all the pieces together.
Yeah, so-
that was an intellect devourer.
Yeah, so I told
That's what
her
it's called.
I'm gonna tell Jeffrey
A
like
brain eater.
there was one more and he went to investigate one of the corpses and that was affected by that. So
Just imagine Moxie like sitting there knowing exactly what's about to happen.
telling me I should not try to save my character.
No.
Peyton wouldn't say anything.
Well, I got you
can-
right here.
Speak with Mahen about it. And you know that Mahen is a green dragonborn actually in the same order that they were declared.
I would like to try to help if we can because they helped us. But I still sense the portal.
I know where it is.
I'm gonna look at the Sovereign. Sovereign moving, grooving,
No.
anything?
Can I walk up to the Sovereign? Like, did I talk to you previously? I'm just saying out loud to its unconscious, unhearing form.
It is fallen bodily forward and it is face down on the ground.
I'll try to lean its head to the side. Like,
Oh.
you okay there? You breathing all right?
Gargles blood.
I'll ask Jerry if he knows of anything on the person in the cage.
They were caught with another bandadero earlier. They sent the War Guard band out, which are no.
The music
My
made
jam.
stressed.
I feel like the bats would
That's my jam.
Well, the Dwergar are probably not doing the bidding anymore.
Well,
they might be out causing
I
problems.
think for the moment we've stopped what we needed to stop, but we need to go close the portal before more things happen.
it's behind this door.
Let's go close it.
Should we worry about that? All right.
I was going-
They're all kind of just milling
The
about.
portal.
The Myconids have kind of gathered around each other and are
There's a door to the
circled
portal.
around
Yes.
The Sovereign.
the Sovereign.
Let me close the door.
That is the
What?
Does the Sovereign appear to be dead?
What are you saying?
There is a large piece.
The door is closed.
It's like,
It's dead. All right.
Okay.
I'm just.
I thought I got
I would-
straight decapitated.
No, the mind.
Oh, the
Sorry.
It was, yeah.
I wouldn't be poking it if.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Okay, so, yeah, let's go close the portal.
All right. All right. You guys walk in and you see there is a book written in a language that you don't understand that is splayed open and connected to some magical sigil. There are purple amethyst stones that are raised up that have chalk lines connecting them. The chalk lines have turned a tinted purple and have vague, like psionic energy kind of floating up. And in the center of this sigil, you see that there is a rift in the fabric of reality. And as you look out, you see that there is, on the other side, this weird green mist, green and yellow kind of boiling mist, but what looks like a control panel to something.
Bad
On
juju.
the other side.
Bad juju. Do I know how to take this portal apart very quickly?
Can I
You
use
know
my
that like portals are difficult in the sense that like not all of them are made the same. Obviously, this one was done through some sort of sigil or sigil in.
Can I cast
Possibly.
Mage Hand and see if it goes through the portal?
It goes through the portal.
If we got one of those like Darrow or something to go in there and like hit the control panel really hard, you
So-
guys think that
No,
would work?
no,
Can
no,
I just cast
no,
Mage
rock.
Hand and it went through the portal so I could fucking
no,
why?
Do not break something.
no.
I feel like
I
why
understand the word no. I just don't understand how you didn't respond. to
That's
why.
an illicit ship. More than likely.
So we can crash it.
There could be more than there. A lot more in there.
we could be pirates.
We need to get rid of this right now.
Look, we took care of one and it wasn't a
I get
big
that.
deal.
We want to close the portal. How do we do that?
We got this freaking guy that just goes
I'm
around chopping
trying to figure
tentacles
that
and
out.
heads like dicks.
I think it might have something to do with the control panel.
I don't think so.
You can roll an Arcana check. I would normally say it'd be a disadvantage. Well, in this particular case, you would have advantage, so it cancels each other out.
Cancels each other out. Got it.
Jeffrey,
Arcana?
what do you do when you make a hole on
Dirty 20.
a panel and stuff? What's the nightly procedure here?
Well, normally we would bring people back down to investigate it, so we can figure out how to dispose of it properly. Though in this case, I believe there are more entities on the other side, so a quicker solution is probably for the best.
Dirty 20.
30-20. This portal is already unstable
Okay.
and in a dangerous way. You've seen portals done correctly. This was a rush job.
Okay.
You look down at the book and you realize that's probably an instruction manual, but it's in language that you cannot read.
What language is this book?
I'm gonna beckon at everybody to come up and take a look at the book and see if they can.
None of you would be able to.
I don't
Is
know.
there anybody who can comprehend the language?
I can. Might take 10 minutes. I can look at it later.
I don't know if we have time.
I don't know.
Can I discern any way to disable this portal?
Well, obviously it's the sigil itself.
Okay.
It's
The
like
chalk.
if you broke the chalk, if you took out one of the crystals,
I'm
you
gonna-
would probably
I'm gonna break the chalk.
dismantle.
Should we move back?
Can we? I'm
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you guys can move back.
Let Sam do that thing that he does.
Sam, I hit it. Everyone else, we should move back now.
Remember that thing I said about that pole that's like really long that you don't have to like touch things with?
This is a different character entirely. It doesn't.
Oh,
apply.
it doesn't even matter because the
Doesn't apply.
guy back's still alive.
It just doesn't apply. Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right. So
Shoot it.
just so you know, there's a triangle shape that leads to the book itself, the writing and the text on the book, which, by the way, looks like the equivalent of Braille.
The book's still open.
The book is still open, and the text on it is turned purple.
And close the book.
Before the portal goes down, can I mess around with the control panel? We can continue, but
Let me get through my description,
Yes.
and sure. The stones themselves seem to elevate the portal kind of vertically, so it's about like 3 feet off the ground, and each one of these stones goes to a geometric point on the portal. The portal itself only connects to 4 of these stones, so there's a triangle that leads to the book, and then from the center of that triangle it leads out to a square. And there is a 5th stone in that square that is in the dead center.
Okay, I would like to close the book.
All right. You close the book.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
I would like to remove. Okay.
so he's trying to close the portal. Before the portal closes, what is on the control panel? Like, is there a lever? Is there buttons? Like
Controls.
Is it a
So, as you look at the control panel itself, it looks almost like it's made out of this organic carapace. There are obviously things that you're supposed to jack into physically. Like there are other tentacles that seem similar to the Illithid's tentacle. You don't think you have the
anatomy?
anatomy to interface with this.
Okay, so it wasn't like a giant lever that I could pull right before the
No.
portal closed and then just crash through ships.
No.
Okay. Well, in that case, then I'm not going to interface with it anymore. So.
Actually, I will cast my Find Familiar.
Okay.
and have my Find Familiar remove the 5th crystal.
All right.
The center one.
Yeah, the
Oh,
center
yeah.
one.
Resort to animal cruelty.
It's
I have Toter on. I wouldn't do that.
I don't know what Find
What is
Familiar
Totoro?
really is. I just know that it's a little thing that you can use to help you do things.
It's like a little spirit that's bound to you, and it can take different forms. Give it a name.
Finally
care
gets
for
blown
it.
up. It's okay.
What is going on?
Toad.
It's just Find Familiar. It's just Find Familiar.
So you cast Find Familiar, and it takes you a little bit to do it. But what do you want this familiar to take form as? It's basically like a quarter CR beast.
If you do
What would
something
what-
with tentacles, you might be able to control
Should
them.
probably do a bat.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say
probably
something
pretty
underground, something
Yeah.
like that.
All right. You produce a bat and send it forth, and as it lifts the stone up,
It's deleted.
I need you, Jeffrey, and anybody that was in this room at all make me strength saving throws.
17.
I wasn't casting shit.
16.
It's strength save.
Mm-hmm.
What we're all really good at, right?
Shit.
14.
14. So as this crystal gets lifted up, the portal immediately starts to collapse in on itself, but it collapses in as a vacuum and starts to bring everything towards it. The two of you manage to stay steady. Lolax starts going towards it.
Grab him.
Oh, let's come back. I'll inspire
And
and
grab. Yeah, can I grab him?
You can make an athletics check.
I will inspire whoever's
And
trying to help.
You can take it at
Lolex.
advantage because Jeffrey is doing the same thing.
Add a d6.
Add a d6. Okay, that is 18.
Very lucky.
Very, very
I'm
lucky.
not the one who closed the crystal. How would this
We had to do it.
The portal starts to come to a head, and the two of you reach out and grab Lolax by his ankles. Lolax, your staff in your hand, once this portal closes, the top of your staff is cut.
Why did we had to close the portal? You didn't tell me not to do it.
We could have done it with like a distance.
I was accurately portraying what I was going to do.
Okay.
You could have moved.
Regardless, my staff is now damaged. I don't even know if it'll work anymore. We'll see.
Okay.
As the portal closes and you all kind of like land, the chalk is dispersed. The rest of these crystals, which now that there's not such a glare from this portal, you realize are made of amethyst. Those are scattered, as well as the book itself is closed.
Yeah, it's going to sit. Well,
I want an amethyst, and I can try to read that book.
Moxie would probably want to confiscate the book for evidence, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably. She's also not going to like kick you guys in the knees and take it. She'll
Yeah.
be like,
No.
yeah, you can look at it, but I
Yeah,
think
I
when we
need
get
it- I
above
need it
ground, it
back.
needs to come with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we get above ground, I have something to take care of.
Okay. You can have it back. You need to at least report it.
Yep, I'm gonna need to go talk to Tal.
Anything else in the room deemed worthy of taking or anything like that?
Oh, there's a ton of weird stuff around here.
Can we do some checks?
Yeah, anybody who would like to, go and give me an investigation roll.
I'm gonna check for some stabs that might be nearby.
I want to go into the alchemist supplies and the weird, like wherever weird science appears to be occurring, and I want to look for something for Uncle B.
Sure.
Dirty 20.
One.
This is investigation.
Mhm.
Okay. Nat 20.
Natural 20.
Boom. You find 3 staffs.
I have a +0, so that was good.
All right, I'm going to go from left to right, which means I'm going to finish up with you.
I rolled a 19 for things that Uncle V would think is cool.
All right, so you find there are 3 vials of acid. There's 5 vials of some random spores that you cannot identify, and there are a few vials of a few different types of spores that you can't identify. At the moment, at least. But they're obviously different. They have different colors. right?
Mhm.
So one is this kind of like gray powdery, the one that you find the 5 vials of.
Mhm.
Um, there is another one that is this odd purple, and they seem to be like just myconid spores.
Right.
There's another one that is this sickly green, and another that is a yellow, almost like sunshine yellow.
All right. Can I borrow an item card and do some notes for the different vials while you're doing other loot stuff?
Of course.
And anything like mechanic, like there a
I have actual item cards ready for this once you guys identify.
levers and tubes and gears and things as well.
These are a few of my favorite things.
I will take time to identify and comprehend everything later. Can I borrow that?
What are you looking for specifically?
Evidence, anything that can tell me what caused this, who this was, why they were here, what they were doing, and anything that I can just deem useful.
All right, that's easy enough. You start looking around, and that water that was next to the pedestal, you look inside of it, and there are thousands of rhyming tadpoles. You realize you get close to this, and it smells like brine. It's like salt water instead of fresh water, and it has this weird oily covering of the top of it.
Yeah.
You know this to be illithid tadpoles.
Yeah.
They all need to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I like burn them like right now, or like I
Burning would be hard, but you can easily, systematically, you can
yeah,
kill.
okay. I'm gonna like beckon to Death 3 and be like,
Time to boil some stuff.
get rid of the like
Basically.
like he knows like, hey,
3 acid, 5 spores. And
Burning things. One I asked the
There
ice
are
dragon.
4 various vials of. They are all
Okay, so 3 vials of acid, 5 vials of regular spores, and 4 of variety.
On top of that, you have the book
Yep.
that you can start trying to parse through if
Okay.
you'd like. And Jeffrey actually shows you a longsword, which she doesn't normally wield. This is a purple longsword, and it has like psionic energy attuned to it.
I'll take it. Okay, I'll grab it.
And that's what you find. All right. You are looking for what I suppose is probably things to replace what just went.
Yeah, so my staff was my magic focus and a family relic, so I'm pretty like upset that like this thing. I'm assuming like how much of the top was cut off.
The curving part.
Yeah, it's broken completely now. Like that was where the magic was. So I don't have a magic focus right now.
You do have a cool stick.
Yeah, so I would be looking for something that I could use as a magic focus, and preferably like a staff. So that'd be my preference.
And some tape to put it on the end of
So-
your holster.
Unfortunately, they deal in psionics, not magic. That said, you do find a magic item. You kind of hold on to this, and you realize that while this illithid was not wearing traditional armor, this almost cape that it had around its neck doubles as armor. You can take time to attune to it if you would like and figure out more about it, or like a identify spell or something like that that would give you more information.
So would this count as armor if I were to use it?
Yes and no.
You would have to identify it.
Okay, because I have like a thing about I can't wear armor.
I'm aware.
The Illithid wasn't wearing armor either. So
No.
it was
But he
wearing
deals
it
in
instead.
psionics, not magic.
No, that was a magic item.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
You're a sorcerer though.
Yeah, I have to have a magic focus.
Sticks will be looking for
Yeah.
a cool pen or quill
Sorcerer?
for note
That
taking.
sorcerer had innate magic.
I rolled 5.
Yeah, do sorcerers need a magic focus?
If it requires material components that aren't that don't cost anything,
Seeing that I rolled a 5,
Well, I'm sorry, your staff got busted, but at least you're alive.
Don't mind me.
Your brain is on.
Aaron's sword. Aaron's sword.
Unnamed holy symbol.
Ah, yes. Peyton got the smoked cedar plank salmon.
All right. What would you all like to do? You would know that the Darrow, once you guys came back out of that portal, they have left.
Yeah.
They got the person in the cage and they dipped. These Myconids are still standing around the Sovereign and almost vibrating.
I walk over to the Myconids. You guys good?
There's this puff of spores that kind of goes around you, and they're talking to you now as they just, we need a new Sovereign.
Where can you find one of those?
Teeny, meeny, miny.
We don't know.
You could be the new
We
son.
need
I'll
a
take
time.
one for the team.
I volunteer.
And they kind of gesture with their little stubby arm and point to like one of the bigger Myconids, and just, they would presumably become one, but it will take some time.
Okay.
What about the
There's a note
rules?
for that. Are there any other people that were forced to be a part of your hive mind? Or this guy here that
There were, but when they let go of the Sovereign, we no longer feel.
okay.
There were the short, angry ones, and then the short and wide, angry ones. They did not like to be part of the melding.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Short angry and short and wide angry.
Yeah, why you gotta bring up someone with that?
More
Short and robust angry ones.
short and girthy.
Do we want to let the other guy out?
no, he's already gone.
Oh, sorry.
They already
Okay.
retrieved that person
Yeah.
and left with
The
them.
Darrow. I don't know much about them.
So I say we'll go
I
back
think they're spicy.
to the what are the gnomes called again?
Smurf
Neblin.
Neblin.
Snurf. Yeah, we will go back to the Smurf Neblins.
The Smurfs.
Yep.
Scores.
Do they all have like purple hats on instead of red ones?
Alright. I took actual psychic damage right there.
I know, dumb joke. It's fine. I gotta make one every time.
You guys continue through with Moxie leading the way and manage to pick your way back to the Sarknevlin town.
That's the heck.
Dak is still just staring out into the middle distance.
See, look,
Every
that's
once in a while.
fine.
Enjoying a fine bowl of paste.
What is Jethry like a fighter or something?
They're a paladin,
Oh,
both of the Watchers.
wow. Interesting. I'm gonna kind of like back into Jethry and be like, "This is the one."
She kind of walks forward, lifts his eyelids,
His name's Thack. His name was Thack.
didn't even try to blink.
Until his brain turns back on, I think we should name him Meat.
This is the one I'd like to try and help when we get back to the surface.
Okay, Sam.
What else do you want me to do? What else?
I don't know, that one's kind of dumb. He's turned himself off.
He pushed a button.
Jeffrey kind of like raises their eyebrow and goes like, "Well, I mean, they're not the first; they won't be the last."
To get
We
help.
can no to push a button and have their brain turned off.
Nice. So I guess we're gonna try and thank the
Smurf Niblins.
Smurf Neblins
We were gone for like 2 hours.
and
I'll leave the rations that I left.
try to make our way back to the Sleeping Giant place, I guess.
All right, that is going to be a it's a bit of a trek, but you guys can probably make it in the same cycle,
Okay.
like the same day.
Are we bringing back with us?
Please.
If you don't,
I'm
he's lost forever.
I'm wondering how hard it is to get him to move, which is why I'm asking.
That's why I'm back
it's
into
not hard to
Jethry.
get him to move. It is hard to get him to move with any type of real dexterity.
Yeah, that's why I was
Okay.
beckoning to Jethry to kind of like guide him because she's
It's gonna be like,
presumably the strongest one right
it's like
now.
having an ox on a rope right now. You're
Yes.
just kind of,
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
they're not going to fight you, but they're also not going to help you.
Okay.
All right,
Back
you
to
guys
go.
make your way through, and with the combined knowledge of Jeffrey and Moxie, you guys pick your way through, going basically backtracking the way you came. The landslide now being larger becomes a bit of an issue with Thack, and it becomes a lot of some of you guys pushing while others pull until you get to the until you get to the bridges. Now the bridges, last time, they were gnomish built. They already didn't hold back very well.
Yeah.
What, if any, precautions are you guys taking this time?
Jeffrey and Moxie on one end of a rope, and
I was gonna say
us on the other.
anchor the rope.
And the support from underneath.
I don't think that. I was gonna say, can my
Everything counts.
can my fine familiar kind of like take some of the weight off by clutching him? No.
They're
Okay.
not that big.
I know. I
They're
thought I'd
literal
ask.
bats.
I thought I'd ask. I don't think I got anything else that's gonna help.
I can feather fall him if he falls.
Yeah, I don't.
And
Yeah.
it lasts for a minute, so
Yeah.
you can pull him like a kite for a minute.
Okay.
What does Prayer of Healing do?
Heals us.
It's
Cool.
not. So yeah, I think that's anchor sack to us and try to get it off.
God, please make my friends less stupid. Baby, please.
Sack definitely needs some less stupid right now. That's for sure.
You guys prepare as best you can,
Yeah.
and taking your time to move others across first, and kind of have Thack in this weird limbo between your friends. You would normally have disadvantage on this acrobatics check, but you're being assisted quite a bit. So go ahead and take it straight.
Straight accurate for Thack.
Yep.
Okay. Get everything out. Oh, got to pull his character sheet back out.
Like literally the entire team is assisting you as
Yep.
best they can.
Come from the side. You got this stack. You got inspiration.
That is a 12.
Plus a d6.
That's a 6, so 18.
Ooh! Oh my god.
Champion!
You have been clutch.
This is a slow and arduous. It takes you guys longer to get him across this bridge than it took you to get from the city back to the landslide. It takes a while, but you guys slowly but surely usher him along.
We can't let him live this down.
Yeah,
You don't have
halfway
to.
through the bridge, I'm so frustrated. I'm just like, why would you fucking leave him?
Stick kicks you from the side and
Because we put
they
too much
can fly.
effort in so far.
But you do manage to get across.
God, imagine if we tried to get the mic or the Snurfs to like bring him back instead of just
The Snurfs. Alright.
You get to that point, and then you get to you continue through the trail a bit, and you get to the giant bat, the mantle. You guys had to be very sneaky last time.
No, more sneaky this time.
More sneaky this time. You already have disadvantage. There's no amount of
More disadvantage than that could have. Okay.
So everybody, go ahead and give me stealth checks.
Oh, okay. So do you want me to roll for Moxie and for that?
Can I just cast invisibility on Dak?
It didn't,
It didn't work last time.
because the bat hears.
He doesn't hear,
It doesn't use.
or it doesn't sight. No.
Below this time.
18 for Moxie.
Okay.
That is a natural 19. Oh, wait, disadvantage. 17
Okay.
for Thack.
13.
7.
8. Actually,
I got really happy when I saw
Jeffrey
19.
rolled at disadvantage as well, and they rolled like an 18 with mods.
Wow.
So
Good for him.
there's a more than half of you guys passed. So you're good. It is again slow and arduous. The Underdark has not been kind.
We're gonna get back to me.
But we're making it.
I would never go
God.
underground again.
Yeah, right. Like, this is the worst
Only
experience.
bad things happen down here.
All for Bobo.
Underground is where you go to make vegetables.
We bought
Did you get that?
vegetables,
Wait, hold
vegetables.
on. Did he get the recipe?
We became
that was
we became mercenaries.
He asked
not to
for
farm
it.
potatoes.
You did.
Yeah.
Also, it's a very good recipe. I was rolling for how good it was. Like I got a natural 20.
Oh,
It's a very, very
Oh
good
yeah,
recipe.
best mushroom recipe you could ever have.
Best
period.
recipe NA.
That was 100% worth the
To
side
be
quest.
fair, the 20 just means the best that mushrooms can be. And how good are mushrooms?
Mushrooms are pretty good.
S tier. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway,
Were we having a whole conversation about that earlier?
you guys eventually make it back to the Sleeping Goliath, the Sleeping Ones village. And what do you do?
I mean,
Can we sleep?
I was gonna say, being Moxie, how long does, with what we know now, how long would it take for us to get back to the surface? Is it like a boom, we're back, or is it a trek in
It
itself?
was like a trick to get down.
Yeah,
so-
well, they might know another way because of the Watchers, though, is all I'm saying.
The issue is that you guys came down here via like downstream. To get up, you have to go back up on foot.
Okay.
So it's going to take a little bit.
Okay.
Also, that said, you guys are on day 5 of the week before the Guild Pack games start. There's only 2 days left.
So, do we need to go now or rest and then go?
Need a rest and then get out there tomorrow.
Is it do it?
Jump
How long? Like how long is the trek to get back to the surface? Approximately
About half a day.
half a day. So we can rest and get back.
Well, if we're gonna do the guild pack games, then I'm gonna need to figure out something to do with a magic focus real quick.
So do we want to just huff it now, or do we want to?
I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
We'll have a day.
I hate to keep doing this, but Moxie knows the area. What's the worst that can happen?
Roll me a survival check at advantage.
Yeah, that's
What's the worst thing that happened?
Chance.
Well, there's like the Veiled
19.
Sisters. There's
19.
Sail's ex.
Actually, with Moxie's background, now knowing that you guys fucked with the Veiled Sisters, that's a thing, 100%. They could have agents coming down into the Underdark if they had any reason to believe that is where you guys went. There are just, the Underdark itself is terrible. There are like, there are other aberrations and monstrosities and stuff that come through. Like, sometimes even the rocks will attack you. A lot can go wrong.
okay. So does Moxie think that we should rest? How's Bobo? We can't leave until Bobo's good to travel.
I mean, Bobo is in a better position than Thack right now.
Okay. So
Bobo's conscious. In fact,
He's just pissed because his blood is poisoned.
No, he
Bobo-
has 3 levels of exhaustion.
he slept one night.
So should we? I'll put it up to the
I'm
vote,
literally going to be
'Cause-
exhausted until the guild games.
and I'll ask Jess. I'll ask Jeffrey as well. But I hate continually to ask you, like, hey, what would Moxie think? Because she's kind of the one that's guiding us through now, and I don't.
We could really
You're
use,
okay.
we could really use a sleep. Good sleep.
I would like to sleep too, to be honest.
Okay, so let's take a sleep and huff it back.
What'd you think?
Lomax wanders by himself into the river and drowns.
Just gives up, walks in water, rocks in his pockets.
All right. Bobo, your friends have returned, and you have just gained consciousness a little bit ago, like real coherent consciousness. You've remembered the last day. You remember getting the impact, being resuscitated by sticks, and the voice that you had heard. You used basically the last bits of your strength to convey that to Sail before you went back under. When you woke up, your friends were not around, though they have returned now, leading Thack by a lead.
You were gonna talk to him, but you think wrong.
With 2 friends we didn't have when we left.
They all look, maybe not battered and bruised, but definitely dusty and dirty.
Sad.
How you doing?
Sad.
Why am I awake?
I would
agree.
to the leader. I would tell him everything that happened from what happened with the mic in it. Okay.
So, hey Jeffrey, do you think you can help out our friend Bobo?
Well,
He's pretty tired. Is there anything you can do to
He's the one with lead poisoning.
The issue with lead poisoning is that even if I had those types of restoration spells, it'd be difficult to combat the lead because it's anti-magic. Is that what you guys told me?
Yeah.
I thought it was just the poisoning.
I think
I'm just gonna slap Bobo on the back and be like, "Don't worry, you'll bounce back."
I feel like this may just be something that time takes care of. Hopefully.
we need to pay for leech treatment.
Okay.
I'm gonna minor illusion a campfire.
Bobo tries to hold puke in his mouth, but his beak is shattered.
Oh boy.
Ouch.
Okay.
That is sick.
I'll cook everybody something
Yeah.
with mushrooms.
So Moxie will tell the leader what happened, from everything from the Myconids to Thack to the disappearances. Shouldn't be a problem now.
You should check your recipe and make sure that it doesn't call for very specific mushrooms that you can't source otherwise.
Don't look at me.
Because you might want to
Can I
stock up on
Yeah,
use
Colby,
this
you should
recipe
check that
with a
recipe,
variety of
Colby.
mushrooms? I just wanted to know how to cook mushrooms better from the deep.
This will definitely help you in cooking mushrooms in general, though obviously getting like real sourced
Yeah.
Underdark mushrooms would be the best
Not
for
happening.
it. But this is obviously you're just like, oh, I can just sub these tubers out for those tubers and like those mushrooms out for those mushrooms. It's not gonna be a huge.
Cantrell's nice.
Mm-hmm. And
Oh, Portobello, yes.
the truffles are the cheaper option to replace that, which is stupid. I'll go to the village elder and ask for ingredients and primordial because he's the only one I can talk to.
Wait, I thought you could speak. Oh yeah, you can speak primordial. They have like chance in it.
He's the only one who understands it.
You walk up and you ask him, and he kind of just stares at you a little bit, and just, I mean, you can buy from other people.
I can't talk to him.
Yeah, but they don't talk to many people here, but they still do business. They normally point, hold up coin, they tell you how many.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll minor illusion like the images of the mushrooms I want, and then how many, and then ask for how much money is required for that, basically, using magic.
Go and give me a persuasion check at advantage. They don't normally, they have people that just kind of point and grunt. They don't get pictures along with it.
I rolled a 10 and an 11, so 17.
17. That's going to get you some preferred prices.
Nice. I'm cooking something fancy.
All right, so for a full bundle of these mushrooms that you're going to need, it would normally be 8 silver, because some of them are a little bit more specialized, but they're going to give it to you at 4 silver.
Dope. I don't think I have silver. No, I do.
They can provide change.
All
They
right.
do have money.
I pay
They're
it.
not savages, they just don't speak common.
I pay it. I have ingredients for dinner. I'll make everybody something to go to bed with.
Nice.
Rest up.
All right. You all rest up, go to bed. Thack.
Is he haunted by a dream?
Is
Or
there anything to haunt?
that's really the question here.
Ghost pokes his head in.
It had another dream sequence lined up, but he didn't
I
account
like
for
to
Thack
imagine
becoming
the dark
stupid.
god is like, all right, time to go fuck. Where did he? What? Where did he go?
He sees him like going the wall.
The fucking chicken from
Yep.
like the wall.
Yep.
The voices that Boba wanted to talk a Thack about now echo in his empty head.
Hello.
What the fuck?
Aurelia's dead. Dead. Nothing. I'm getting nothing.
He's just like, hello. Hello. Like, I mean, he could just fix him, and then you can talk to him, Andrew.
It would actually cast restoration on him just so that he can talk to him.
All right. Visions.
The mind flayers took my stress release. Like, they took away one of my favorite toys.
Oh, you guys suck.
Goes and slaughters a town of mind flayers and just like out of rage.
So, Dak, you actually do have frames. There's just none that you can really comprehend. Okay? Which makes it worse. So much worse.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm scared.
Exactly. It is just the same repetitive dreams that you've been having about your adopted father's death, finding Bastion, Aurelia's death, etc., etc., etc. But if you remember this later, there's going to be a whole different angle of this to unpack.
Okay. Awesome.
If you had a brain, oh boy, you would have learned.
If I had a brain.
Sayu. I hope those Myconids are okay.
Your sleep comes to an end. You are all woken up and rested. Bobo, you lose another level of exhaustion, so you only have one level.
Now we have 1 day to get back to Guild Pack games.
All right. Let's.
You guys are on day 6.
Happening tomorrow.
And it's at this point in time where Sayil, you hear a voice. Morgan's voice.
Oh fuck. Uh-oh.
I have looked at the tavern,
Oh no. Oh.
found there was a fire, that a terrorist had been apprehended, then lost,
Then lost.
been reported to
What the fuck, Elvin,
that
man?
a Kenku matching Hush's description has been captured by the Veiled Sister and is capitally punished. And I don't know where you are. You realize, with your background in magic, she spent multiple sendings just to say that.
Hi, Morgan. Very sorry. Hush and Bobo blew up the Ascendant.
Allegedly!
We think. We had to go get Bobo from the Underdark and pull a lot of lead out of him. We're coming back.
We'll turn him in. That's fun.
The village of the sleeping ones right now. But we're leaving. And we killed some mind flayers.
Did you say that out loud?
Does not have to.
I did. Just to the air.
Everybody's like asleep in bed. And they're kind of like that. Like, I don't want to get up yet. It's nice.
Hi, Morgan.
Still have level of exhaustion, and I'm in a terrible mood. I never said I lit off anything.
Oh,
No, I'm saying I didn't.
Thack had his brain and can't function. Yes.
Thank you.
You get one last message back from her. Understood. We'll have assistance accordingly.
Oh boy.
Tell the group this.
Morgan's gonna send help when we get back up there.
She's gonna send help down or when we get up.
I think when we get up.
Okay.
So with the last message, I just like
It's a good thing Thack can
I'm
bend bars.
sorry.
'Cause
Only people she's sending are with the veiled sisters. You're gonna turn me to stone.
So, player to DM, just because I don't want this forgotten, but I'm not Thack right now and can't talk. The one that was supposed to come up with Thack. Mm-hmm. What do we do with her now? Because I can't decide because yeah.
Oh, the Goliath.
Yeah.
I'll. I assume we'll
Comes
like
over to talk to you.
we'll get back, roll this up, and then I'll see a Goliath woman looking at Thack, who's being led around on a leash.
No.
So there's nobody around.
Oh, she left.
Oh man, this looks really bad. We're just carrying around like an orc by a leash.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
drooling all over
Yeah,
it.
it's not around his neck. It's around his waist.
Yeah,
all right.
Still.
Like it's
It's kind of like this child.
So,
Yeah.
so we don't see her or anything.
No.
Okay, so she just dipped.
The child leash will actually be useful in the future when he tries to angrily leave the room.
I guess I'll.
I'll go ask the Ascendant one about it because Thack isn't there to ask about it.
You're gonna go talk to the Ascendant,
Or not the Ascendant, the
Elder.
the old one.
in Primordial. Hello again.
Hello?
The drooling one talks to
Truly one.
one of your people.
Zach's new title.
I pointed at the only one coated in drool.
She left in the night.
She already left.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, we were gonna offer to try to help keep her safe, but sorry to hear that.
she said something about the voice, telling her that she needed to leave now. And she apparently took advice. We stop her.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm sorry to hear that. If we run into her, we'll try to check in with her, see how she's doing.
I would appreciate it.
What was her name again?
Gilliana,
Gillian. Well, mine say.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, and Moxie will.
Was that a fantasy handshake?
Yeah.
I like
Even though we're this close.
You stopped here. I was like, all right.
Moxie will give the parting words, I guess, and
Babos.
head out.
You guys make your trek through the Underdark, and with these two, it is a quiet trek. There are times where you have to stop and wait for creatures and stuff to pass. There are like these giant centipedes that have like a glowing underbelly at one point in time, as well as very large beetles, like the size of Triceratops. Yeah. Massive. But as you continue your way up, the striations that kind of turn from cavern start to change, and you see like some of the stone had been worked at one point in time. And as you guys keep making your way up, these winding back trails, where like if you guys were to try and do this in reverse, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
There does come a point in time where you guys wind up at the bottom of the Dead Bridge Chasm. You look up and there are just juts of bridge that are like, there's one on this end, there's one on the other end, and they're jagged and broken. And just pieces of debris. You do see that some of Zet have been out, and when you guys actually come up, you see that they are currently working on salvaging whatever stone is still usable, and they have these very large cranes that they're using to lift pieces up and out.
Moxie's gonna ask the group. They're looking for who, potentially, out of all of you?
You guys are the group, not me.
Yeah.
Hush, the one that's already made out of stone.
Yeah, the one who let off the bombs.
They're not looking for anybody else?
They might be looking for Bobo.
Is there any way that you can disguise him?
Nope.
When we go through?
I can make him invisible. That's about it. But I could do that if I had the material components, which I don't. So,
I just wanted to ask.
Stick skin.
Hey.
You have invisibility.
He does, but it is a new day. I will take invisibility and I'll look at Thrombobo when I need
I
to.
say this might be a good precautionary thing.
That's a good idea.
Sorry that you can't do that.
I'm gonna look down at my stick.
You're holding a stick.
I'll Boxy just kind of really like see if there's something I can do.
With Thack?
What?
With Thack?
No, for his staff. I'm getting up there. But we'll continue forward. I just wanted to stop that before we got to like a security checkpoint.
All right, guys, take off your shoes and your belts.
I saw people doing stuff, so I'm like, okay, we're getting close to people. We might want to hide.
Yo,
it.
you need to scan my guitar. The guitar.
All right.
That said, as alongside the cranes and stuff they are using, there are lifts that have been installed for people because people live down here. This isn't just the Underdark; it's also Golgari territory. So the Azet have installed them in the meantime, and you just see very large, actually giants that have these like masts that come up and over and end in a circular porch, so they can look outwards, and they are just moving lifts up and down. The Azet aren't going to ask you about going on and off. They're just assuming y'all live here.
Okay.
And you definitely look like you do.
We look broke.
Continue up to the surface.
All right. It's at this point in time where Moxie would probably split from the
Boxy was split.
Sorry, I'm like coughing up spicy chicken tenders.
Straight into the mic.
So where?
Sorry.
So why would she be splitting?
She has to go report.
Oh, okay. So, Jethry's going to come with, I'm guessing. Yeah. Do they know how to get up to the surface from here, from this point now?
Just get on the lift.
Oh, it's a lift that... I thought we were still, like, in the Underdark and this was going to take us back to, like, the town.
No, you are now in Deadbridge Chasm, which is the lowest point of the surface.
My bad. I thought we were going up to that point.
Time to go talk to them.
So, Moxie's going to bid you all farewell and say that she will come... Where can I come find you to talk about things that happened?
Come to the Pride's Call Tavern or the jail. We'll be either one of those.
Yeah, if you can't find us at the Pride's Call, ask the Azorius what jail they put us in.
Is there anybody I should talk to in particular to ask about you if I can't find you?
Bonveer.
Bonveer. Anybody else?
Philosophical. Maybe.
Does Moxie know who Tolosaval is?
In a vague sense, Tolosaval is a pretty large player in town when it comes to the Golgari.
He's a large player.
So I kind of just go like, I hear him say that, and I just kind of go like,
yeah,
that's all I wanted to do was just like look at him and just go like,
they'll probably at least be aware of where I am.
like a look of like, a look of like, as best as a tiefling could portray. I'm sorry.
If you go to like jail, she's gonna bail you the fuck out.
No,
So-
she's not.
Jeffrey,
She bailed on me.
Jeffrey and Moxie will leave.
Does Moxie or Jeffrey have gold in their inventory they would want to contribute to party funds, maybe?
That is not their shtick.
Don't worry, I'm still holding on to Thack's purse.
Cool.
Max,
She may or may not have
believe-
things to bring to you.
Moxie's taking the book with her. Yep, that's what was agreed on when you guys got to the surface.
Would I have gotten to look at that overnight, or
If you'd like to, we can talk about that in a little bit. And words are hard also. And Jeffrey was going to take the longsword with her, unless anybody had any objections.
I mean, Moxie took it.
do we have any?
And I'll be completely honest with you. My intention was to give that to one of them.
I'll
What?
take it.
What?
Why?
Because it's a cool longsword. That's all. Like, I don't know if Moxie would deem it as something useful to her.
It is covered in psionic energy that you would take it back.
Okay.
Moxie would take it back to me.
Okay, then that's all.
None of us
Then that's
have.
what I wanted to do then.
None of us use a longsword, really.
It's the cyborg.
Is it two-handed?
It can be.
It can be two-handed, which is why I wanted it. Okay.
All right, you guys step on the lift, and it slowly starts to
You guys
Bring
ever
you up.
think that we might be the baddies?
No.
It's a legend.
I think I am morally beyond reproach, and I'm gonna go talk to my crime boss girlfriend.
All I know is since I let like the courts and like try to like do swift justice, like it's not been going well.
Well, we helped with the Ascendant one. We stopped the train blowing up, and
I
then
mean, yeah,
we helped.
We
with
helped out one
the
lady.
Orzhov got.
yeah.
And then we helped the Stone Giants. They're not gonna get attacked by Myconids anymore. We helped Moxie and the Silver Dragonborn, or the White Dragonborn.
I killed a purse snatcher once.
Like, give me.
You killed more than that.
Her next to you.
Yeah, so I think it's been the bandit guy was rough, but that was a surprise intervention. And then we sent the Kenkus off to get information, and the ground shook, and we had to go find them. I don't think we're the bad guys.
Hope everybody else sees it that way. And then I'm just gonna shut up the rest of the week, right?
Trying to be upfront and honest with Morgan. I don't know.
All right. You guys make it all the way to the top, and it's at that point in time where Sail, the compulsion takes effect.
Yep. Yeah.
And you feel, you guys see Sail's eyes glaze over blue for a moment, and then come back to, you're still cognizant, you still have your personality, but you must go return to Telasival.
I'm gonna go talk to Tal. I'll be back.
Why?
I have to.
Why?
You remember that thing I did where I slashed my hand with a knife, and then I had to go back when we got back up? I have to go back up.
Can you send a message to Morgan?
Send a squirrel, but this might take a bit.
It might look bad if we don't all show back up.
I know.
This one's gone stupid too.
Maybe we can bring Morgan to Telasival?
No. No.
I hate confrontation.
Okay, well,
I think we gotta go talk to Tal, and then we can go talk to Morgan.
I guess we gotta. Do you want us to come with you, or?
You guys can go talk to Morgan, and I'll just go talk to Tal by myself.
Well,
I don't know if I want to go to the person who's working with the people that want to put me in stone.
Well, Telasival also was getting paid to look for you by the
The people who want to put me in stone.
three bitches or whatever their name is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Veiled Sisters, the people who want to put me in stone.
The
yeah.
exploded ones.
Maybe we should just send you, unless you want somebody from the party. You can bring Pack. Do you want to bring Pack?
Yeah, could you take Thack?
I'll take anybody but Thank. I don't want to explain me leading a drooling orc around by a rope in the city. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
And explain to Morgan that I'm compelled, and I will be there as soon as possible. In fact, I will give you guys my coin purses. Facts and mine.
He's not coming back with us, is he? Just gonna leave.
Why would I give you 100 gold and walk away? I need that shit. You don't trust me? Fine. I'll hand you my spice pouch.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, man.
I'm hurt that you wouldn't trust me without it. But fine. And I'll walk away.
I'm just gonna hold the spice pouch.
Dump it all out.
Is dirt a spice?
It's empty.
You stick your tongue in there, and you just taste weird leather.
And I'm not gonna actually do that. I would think about it, but
Is dirt a spice?
All right.
More spice.
Could be a spice.
floor spice.
So, the lot of you start going with, start making your way towards Morgan in Precinct 2. There's a point in time where you guys have to kind of converge from each other, or diverge, really. And you have to bid adieu to Sail as he goes to confront his ex-girlfriend.
Possibly start it up again, girlfriend.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Love is love.
Does Sticks know about Morgan yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Shouldn't
Well.
be too bad of a problem. Though.
It'll be fine.
Who's this? Or a replacement Hush?
Hush got turned into an owl.
I got replaced literally the same day.
We just got a new bird. It's all good.
We went to go get Hush, but that was really expensive. So we found this owl.
Two birds, one stone.
The stone blew up. One of them lived. Kind of.
It's a good thing we're not playing next week. Andrew needs to recover tonight.
I just thought of the time.
And it takes another 2 damage of psychic.
Two birds, one stoned.
You guys continue pulling your half-orc child behind you, and over the course of a couple hours, make your way towards Precinct 2 and into the Azorius Senate building.
Do you think if we had Thack represent himself in the court, they would read his mind and maybe try to find him in there somewhere?
We bring him to the judge. And he tries to read the mind and just goes,
Just a black room. The black room and Thack's hitting his head against a wall. That's not there.
They would lose 1 intelligence point.
You get to the Azori Senate, and as soon as you walk in, that same older
Loxodon?
no, there was a counter lady or counter person.
I remember.
They had a smoker voice because they were a very old construct. It is the thing that artificers make.
Warforged?
Warforged.
No,
No.
he's gonna bug me.
Homunculus?
Thank you. This very old homunculus sees you guys, looks up, looks down at some papers, looks back up. Go ahead and go straight up.
Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. The two great talkers, other than you, can't talk.
yeah.
Should I just go get turned into stone, or should...
You're still invisible. Oh, wait, no. It's been past time then.
Sticks cast it
I'm trying to think of what we're disguised as right now. And so we're not going to be near like the judge or anybody, right?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay. I think I would be disguised as
Sayil then.
at this point.
That works. It checks out.
You guys make your way up. The half dozen flight of stairs down this very uniform hallway until you get to the double wide office of Minister Lemen. You going to knock the door? Just barge in? What do you guys do?
I think he should be Bobo, actually. And then you should go to jail.
You are visible at this point.
I am?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm going to knock on the door.
All right. The door opens, and you see Morgan still sitting at her desk with just a finger, as if she had just done like a mage hand or something to open the door.
I'm Morgan.
I am relieved to see you all. Well,
I was like,
most of you. Come on.
Stay with us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna walk in. Be like, I'm Lilax, by the way.
Really gonna bug me. Come on. And she will then close the door behind you guys. She looks like she has not slept still since the last time I saw her. She normally has a very put together
Exterior.
yeah, put together exterior. Her hair is normally pinned back in a bun, and it is just frayed and frizzled everywhere. She has deep bags under her eyes, and you see there are just a plethora of mugs on her desk alongside a mountain of paperwork. So I have Lilax. Dak is there in body.
Yeah.
We have Bobo back.
Yep.
That is not Hush, and Sayil is missing.
Thail is contractually obligated to be talking to somebody right now. Magically contracted, so he's going to be returning shortly.
To
I mean, that's kind of his personal business.
Whaley.
It's an ex-girlfriend. It's kind of a messy situation. But magically contracted, so if he didn't, he would die. Which is why he's not here.
Sorry. We have one barking dog that barks a lot. The other one is not barking, and that's very odd.
Yeah.
She farted and it kind of smells like hot dogs.
It is part.
Oh, man.
Some hot dog got let out.
Hot diggity dog.
You see that she kind of like pinches the bridge of her nose. And within that conundrum, where did the ship explode?
From what I know,
Stone's Cavern.
Stone's Causeway. I meant timeline.
Oh.
yes, it would have been whenever the city crumbled.
So, Bobo, was that you and Hush?
It was mostly Hush.
Can you give me a deception check?
I don't have good deception.
It was all Bobo.
Sorry, hold on.
Was that you that committed the terrorism?
It was mostly not me.
It was the other guy.
Thankfully, I have 9.
Right.
Which I feel like was my performance IRL.
And she steeples her fingers together and goes,
We killed the big bad.
great. You also killed 20 innocent people.
He killed a lot more? He had already seen Hush when the bombs went off. So we weren't going to make it out of there. I'm surprised I did.
You guys had told me that you were interested in doing a reconnaissance mission.
He started looking around in some barrels, and things went south, and I thought we were both going to die. And he basically did. He's like knocked unconscious and stone.
I'm aware. I know where he is. I know how much it would cost to return him if we wanted to. Here's my issue. The innocents that died, while legally not my issue, because that is Bulgari territory, concerns me. But moreover than that, if we were to try and fight this legally, then I would need to extradite you here. And there's no fines here that you could pay. There's no fines that Hush can pay to be redeemed of this. So I cannot help you. And I'm not sure I want to.
Cool. Right.
You, while still having good intention, killed innocent people.
Yeah. I didn't know if I was going to live to deal with the repercussions. I don't know if I should have lived to deal with the repercussions. No. I just didn't think I'd have to deal with it.
I don't know what to do.
Yep. Yeah, I'm there. Yep. Yes. Yep.
That said, there is a current bounty on your head for 1,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
which is also something that you could, in their situations, that you can just pay off.
Alright,
You can
fine.
pay your
looks like
bounty off. Hush also has a bounty of 1,000 gold, or in this case, more of a fund.
Just turn him in. Turn Hush in.
Can I insight check on Styx to make sure he's not going to try to claim that?
If you'd like to.
8 plus.
Probably not a lot. Probably like something.
11 for deception.
Roll deception.
Actually, that's a lot.
11. You understand that Styx has he does not have a monetary interest in your guys' group.
So Morgan, I'm not saying that what Bobo or Hush did was right, because honestly it wasn't. However, I do want to point out to you that when we first met, Bobo was one of the people who helped all those at the train, and we saved many, many lives that day.
Yes.
And
There's a reason I'm not claiming the bounty.
I understand that.
There's a reason I'm not extraditing him to pursue more legal action.
And I understand that, and thank you. At this point, we need to get Bobo out of the city.
You will have to figure that out on your own. I will not aid in him escaping justice.
So, are you going to sponsor us on the Guild Pack games anymore, or is
It's
it
already been done. The paperwork is already in. And for the record, I understand that the choices made were difficult. And I do not condemn you as a person.
Appreciate it. I was taking out an evil fuck.
But sometimes ends do not justify the means. If you let him go, we could have had another opportunity. Instead, there are now dead people on your hands.
Right.
Jack just stares blankly out the window behind her.
Must be peaceful in there.
I can't do anything literally.
So, how much does winning the guild games pay?
A license.
Cool. How much? So, if
Bobo, I don't want
hypothetically, if we turn in Hush, we would have enough money to pay mine off. I'm not stone. I'm still useful.
Fine. You have
Oh.
Okay. If we turn you in, we could get paid Hush's fine off.
you guys would essentially switch places.
What about my uncle? Does my uncle have a bounty? He escaped.
He didn't escape. We captured him.
No, he got away.
Your uncle?
No,
Yeah,
we captured him.
Birdman?
the Birdman.
Oh, you're related.
I thought they.
We didn't tell Morgan that. We haven't gotten to talk to Morgan. Right?
Yeah, why would I tell Morgan?
Suppose I am. Suppose I have information you don't have. Then. I suppose I have a lot of information you don't have. I know exactly where he is, where he came from, and who he's associated with, and who sent him. But you don't. You need me. Please don't jail me, man. I can't go back to jail.
I was not aware that you two were related. Thesaurus does not deal in bounties. That said, the guild pact might when they reconvene, if he has caused any more issues.
I'll be good. Probably. I can't really. Yeah, I'll be good.
Keep him close by.
Okay. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to talk to us about you seem like you have a lot of things that you need to deal with, and I don't want to add more stress, but and I understand you're not willing to help us.
I didn't say I wasn't willing to help you. I said I was not going to aid and abet.
So that
Thank you.
Thank you, Jess Bacon.
It's Bobby. Hi, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobbert.
well, if you're not willing to help us, then that means that Bobo can't be in the guild back camps.
You misunderstand. That paperwork has already been sent. I've already sponsored. I've already paid.
I understand.
He can.
You can
He
still
take
be a
part
part.
of it. I just will not be assisting from here on out in these particular ventures until you have cleared your background. I cannot afford to.
I have
So, are
a
you,
couple bucks.
my understanding is that our bounty, if you pay it off, that doesn't just mean that the crime goes away. It just means that you've turned him in. So there's,
No.
how does the bounties work?
You pay off your own
the
bounty.
Golgari are so large. They have some of their own jurisdiction, their own laws that the Azores do not touch when it is below ground. That's why I was saying if I wanted to try him, I'd have to extradite him up here to do it.
She's not taking negative or positive action against him.
I get that. What I don't get is if there's a bounty, that means that bounty hunters are going to come try to find him.
Yes.
So that means that we either need to hide him,
Mhm.
or we don't, and then he gets like followed or whatever. And the Guild Pack Games is the place that he should be the least, because there's probably the people who want to cash that in and are capable of it.
But they'll have to beat us in the Guild Pack games.
Yeah, maybe. But
He can wear a different mask.
yes. Is there a way to?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Is there a way to pay the bounty off, or like pay off the Golgari,
If you have 1,000 gold, you can pay it off.
and then all of this goes away?
Legally, yes.
Okay. So let's go to Uncle V and go to his moneylender, because I'm sure he has one.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast invisibility.
I like insight if if Uncle V has $1,000 to throw around.
Funny? That might be
History.
hanging out with him. All right, at that point in time, we're actually going to jump over, and we're going to do a little bit with Colby, and then we are going to close it up. Oh. Sail,
Yes.
you've been making your way through, and this pole that you have to take you to the Colossal Vault is not the same location you guys were in. There are... You don't wind up going towards the blister coils or anything like that. You actually wind up going a little bit outside of town proper. Outside of Guild's Row, like hour or two away, there is this small port, this overland port that deals with the outside world.
Okay.
And small is a relative term when you're talking about Guild's Row. It's probably one of the largest ports in the world, but compared to the rest of the city, it looks a little quaint.
Yeah.
There is the Maiden's Tavern that you wind up walking yourself into. It is something you remember. It is where you've been here plenty of times with Talasaval.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that she has significant sway here.
Yep.
You walk in, there are people who kind of stop, look at you. There is this large Simic hybrid with these like crustacean arms as well as regular arms underneath them.
Yep.
Both sets are crossed as if they're a bit of a bouncer, and then they just point towards the back.
Do I know their name?
Their name, it's a little difficult because it's just like a bunch of clicks and syllables.
Yeah. I'll do like probably a short approximation.
Right.
Try to be polite.
They nod at you, and you get ushered back. You open the door, and you go towards the back, and the storm has been converted to basically this small, would almost be like a back room poker game,
Okay.
except it's just her. And you see that this poker table has been arranged with a candle, 2 plates, and what looks to be like shrimp scampi.
Spoil me.
Well, glad to see that you made it alive. Did you learn a little bit of your lesson?
You having them leave me down there?
Like you left me. Please sit.
Too kind. I'll sit down. Yeah, it didn't feel the best to realize that they'd bounced.
I would say that we're getting closer to even.
Uh-huh.
I do have a few questions, though.
Yeah.
So, when we were together,
Mm-hmm.
you were not magically inclined?
That's true.
What's changed?
I think it was a matter of time. You remembered I needed to travel.
Yes.
Well,
I assumed that you'd at least say goodbye.
not like that. But I traveled enough and talked to enough different river spirits, and eventually, at some point, that coalesced enough that I could start actually accomplishing something for once. Being able to do something.
Did you talk to many river spirits in the desert?
Oh, I didn't just go to the desert. I sailed to other islands and continents. I went for long. I thought you were more upset at me than I overestimated. I don't remember what I did wrong. Other than I didn't come back, but that's because I thought you were very angry at me and didn't want to talk to me. I don't know what I did that made you yell at me and get upset with me in the first place. I didn't even know how to start apologizing if I didn't know what the fuck it was I did. And then I killed a mind flayer today, but that was less scary than coming here.
As it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's kind of staring forward, swirling this wine around in this glass and taking a bit of a sip from it. And then she goes from this beautiful facade into a sea hag.
Yep.
Proper, with the roiling stench of dead fish,
Mm-hmm.
barnacles, seaweed, hair, just slick, and leans in really close and just, do you still think I'm beautiful?
Is that what I said? Oh my god, I'm sorry. You're perfect the way you are.
And you're like, not that.
It's just, that's the... Growing up, that's how you say something is a good thing for, just where I come from. That's a positive affirmation. I wanted to tell you that.
She leans back and kind of crosses her legs again, and as she goes and grabs the wine, you see that it goes from this nice white sparkling wine and turns into what looks like sewer water. And she starts to sip from it.
I haven't been eating anything. You think this is the first dinner date I've gone to and not touched a thing?
to have you back. Uh,
Sorry, that's what I said.
can I expect more visits from you?
As long as I don't have to cut my hand again, I would love to come back and say hello.
Probably next time we get in trouble with the crime syndicate.
Can I expect more visits from your friend?
You came here?
No, but I'd like to meet her.
Oh! Well, we might have to go to the Barrack North to do that. You want to meet her. But, like, I could do a little thing and we could have, like, a chat if you want to.
We can go to the Barrack.
Okay.
Please.
She leans back again. And it's at that point in time where if you'd like to continue on having dinner, you can. She's largely dismissed you. She's no longer looking at you. She's just eating her food and drinking her wine.
I'll look at the food, take it in. The food looks amazing.
Smells great.
I had to abandon all of my friends to let them go get yelled at by a Rhinosaurus member the moment they came to look around.
I'm aware.
Okay.
That's it.
You thought that was funny. I am gonna go and apologize for my absence there. Probably then go home and apologize to V for getting the inlet on fire, and then I can go and apologize for other bullshit.
Seems like you have some growing to do.
Uh-huh. You never change and never grew, do you? Goodbye.
I'll see you around.
I'll see you too. Oh.
Zach's still standing in the room.
Brought back along when it got hit.
Nobody towed him out of Morgan's room, so he's probably just standing blankly at the wall.
Zach, you can go.
Baru.
Say you'll
Sorry, I forgot.
Sayo probably gets there 2 hours after you guys have left. I'm here to see Morgan.
You were already here?
It was my twin.
Checks this out.
Oh, please tell me she did. Oh, thank fuck she did.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the chuckle fuckery. And thank you for the subs. This is our first real affiliate stream. That was amazing.
Appreciate all of you. Everybody.
Love you.
Yeah, love you. Whole outro nonsense. Go subscribe to our YouTube. Drop us a like there. You've already subscribed here, which is amazing. But drop us a follow if you haven't. As well as we have a Discord. So if you want to go hop on Discord, you can chat with us there throughout the week if you'd like. For those that are a little bit more active. I'm there pretty much all the time, even at work.
We have a
Tell my
dumpster
boss.
fire channel for memes. It's very important.
Facts. Big fact.
Yeah.
Thank you. We love you. Have a good night.
Bye.